Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio episode 39. I am your co-host, Kelly Wild. I'm joined with our usual Pete Beckett.
Hello.
And a very special guest today, Lewis White.
No one's ever called me a special guest.
Well, you are our special guest.
Usually I'm just guest.
No. You get the moniker of special. We have a very great topic coming up later that I'm going to try my best to sit on, but I'm dying. And if you know me, if you've been listening to this podcast, you know it's only one of two things.
It may or may not be Bethesda related.
Right, exactly. So once you test that out, you can probably figure it out. And if you know anything about Lewis White, well, you'll know what our topic is.
Is it Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions?
There you go.
Yes.
Or, I'm looking at things I got next to me. Or Godzilla 1997.
Oh my god. Wow.
I could make a whole episode of why that film sucks.
Oh, I could too. Despise it. It was the movie that taught me that movies could be bad.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. I have to agree with you there.
But for Christmas, I was gifted a 4K Blu-ray copy.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, so you can see Godzilla in all its crappy goodness.
Yeah, I can look at his. Well, it's a hair. I can.
Oh yeah.
I can look at her very poorly rendered eye. Fuck you, Roland Emmerich.
Just think that came after Jurassic Park, which I think was what was that 96? I think. So, yeah.
Love Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
I do
Park is
exactly.
awesome.
Like, how did we go from just this wonderful rendering of dinosaurs to the worst Godzilla ever? Godzilla.
You've seen the documentary of that, right? Where they're like Toho, the people who make Godzilla, they gave them this like 50-page document of every criteria they need to hit, and they just went,
nah.
We won't
throw
do
that in the
that.
trash. Yep, I did like the soundtrack, but that might have been.
I like the opening. I like the opening with the him coming out of the her coming out of the water, and I like the line, "That's a lot of fish."
Yeah, there's some classic lines in it, but
I mean,
Roger Ebert's in that movie.
Is he really?
He's the mayor. He still gave the movie 1.5 stars.
Oh my gosh!
I mean,
they did that on purpose.
Yeah, they hired him because did he give Independence Day a bad review? I think.
Oh my gosh, he did. Yeah, he did.
It's also a pretty bad movie.
It is a bad movie,
but it's bad enough. I mean, it's not B level, which is my favorite, but it's bad enough that you can still get some kind of enjoyment out of it. But I'll tell you. I'll tell you what my biggest disappointment of that time period was, which was Cloverfield.
Don't diss Cloverfield.
I'm not dissing it. I enjoyed the movie. I didn't like the ARG because it got me very, very excited. Everyone thought it was going to be dadgummit. What's the cartoon with the robots that connect and form the big giant
Power Rangers or Voltron?
Voltron, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone thought it was going to be Voltron, and so we were following along the ARG and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then it turns out to be Cloverfield. But I think with Cloverfield, even though I enjoyed the movie, I like the idea of telling a story through a handheld video recorder. I didn't like the monster reveal. I just wanted it to be scarier.
Yeah, that was the only thing I was really disappointed with that, is I don't know why they showed it, because it was a lot more menacing when you only saw certain snippets of it.
Yes.
Well, they wanted a money shot.
They did. They did. I remember everyone having like sketches and everything that they thought it was going to look like and stuff, and then the reveal, it was like, it's just Godzilla.
What they should have done is they should have done it very subtle, and what they should have done is when they showed the monster, the screen turns into a mirror because we are the real monster.
That would have been good.
We were the monsters the whole time.
But that was very early J.J. Abrams, and that showed a lot of promise for what he was due to do later on in his career. Obviously,
too bad he's made a bunch of
Rise
shit
of Skywalker.
recently.
Yep. Super 8, Rise of Skywalker, the last...
Super 8 wasn't that bad.
I was gonna say,
it was okay. Mission
It was
Impossible
right.
3.
I didn't... Star Trek wasn't terrible, but I hated all the sunspots, the glares.
What? Star Trek Into Darkness is a fucking awful movie.
Yeah, it's terrible.
100%. Yes. No, 100% have to agree.
Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm John Blake. No, you're not.
Oh,
we all knew it.
Oh, that was terrible.
Wait, in that movie, is it Spock who screams Khan instead of Kirk?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand what they were going for.
But they need to give Zachary Quinto something to do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because his entire arc in the first movie was about him wanting to bone someone, right?
Yes.
And then they were like, well, he's done that now, so... What else does he have to do?
Exactly.
Take all of Kirk's good lines.
Oh, gosh. Don't even get me started. Okay, so we're 6 minutes in and we haven't talked about video games.
No, that was a real derailment. But there was a Godzilla video game.
There was.
Yes,
That game is very expensive now.
Why?
Because it's rare. No one bought it, apart from me.
Yes. Someone had to.
God.
I love Godzilla so much. I don't care if it's bad. I love that game.
Oh, damn. Oh, dear.
The monsters actually look like people in suits.
That's what I want. That's the Godzilla I know and love.
If you love accuracy, there's also a black and white 24 FPS mode.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh. I think I felt like Oh, that's brilliant.
I got that game for £9. It's now like 100.
Oh, wow.
Gosh.
Yeah. That is really good.
£80 from CEX though.
Well, that's CEX though.
Yeah, it's just CEX for you. That's just what they're like.
They'll give you £2 for it and then sell it for 80. So.
Oh yeah, they'll give you £20 for a copy of Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door, but then sell it for nearly 60 themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
But when I was a kid, my neighbor had the like 2 foot tall Godzilla action figure. Yeah, with the opening jaw. Yes, and I was just like, let me touch it. Just let me touch it.
My uncle bought me a figurine of what is now known as Zilla, and I just put it in a cupboard and never used it.
Oh my gosh, they should be seen. Okay, so now our introduction to movies has gone past.
Yeah, come back for our Roland Emmerich podcast next week.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, if you want to do it, I'll watch every Roland Emmerich movie. I'll do it.
I already have. That's what makes it worse, is I probably already have.
Resurgence!
Oh my god, that is so awful. So awful.
Oh my god. We always toy with the idea of...
I'm trying to wonder who's worse, Roland Emmerich or Jerry Bruckheimer.
Oh.
Roland Emmerich.
Oh.
I want them to make a third Independence Day movie called Independence Day Reconstitution, and it can be in the future, and it can be America in like big battleships painted red, white, and blue, going to take the fight to the aliens.
Oh my goodness!
I've been dreaming about this movie for years.
I would see that. Oh my god!
I would as well. It actually sounds
it's time to kick E.T.'s ass.
Oh my gosh. I think there was a politician over on our side being the Americas, the colonies, that quoted Independence Day, the rousing speech that is given towards the end, for those who don't know. But we also had a presidential candidate, Herman Cain, who quoted the Pokemon movie. So
nice.
Well, in the same way that Hillary Clinton said Pokemon go to the polls.
No, he was an avid fan. And he quoted the movie.
Oh, of course.
The ending scene. I was like, what?
American politics is weird.
It's that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
But Pete, I'm going to let you guide us on the news as we probably go off on several tangents.
Yeah, it's been a weird week for news because there hasn't been a lot. But
there's been loads.
Not a lot that I want to talk about.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, taking away from all the sexual misconduct stories, of course.
Wasn't the NBA news this week?
What, the NBA 2K news?
The big prices of next gen games.
Yeah, we did that last week.
That was last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
You're behind. We're ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a bi-weekly.
That would make sense.
Very good.
Okay.
Don't have the budget to pay me every week.
We don't have the budget to pay ourselves every week. We still do it.
Oh gosh. Yes. Oh, too funny.
Funnily enough, this is going to work out as the big free week because it's another one where we've got Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft news.
Well, you say you've got Nintendo news, but I can see it on the docket. It's not much.
Yeah, I say news, but this is coming from Nintendo. They never give good news, do they?
I was going to say, and it's Pete's excuse to talk about Nintendo for the week. So that's what he needs.
Yeah, I'm a terrible... I'm a sham. I know that. I'm not a real
gamer. You're a fanboy.
So far, Nintendo's looking like the skid mark of this news section.
It really is. I mean, we could talk about Ubisoft's showcase that's coming up on the 12th, but we won't because of all the misconduct stuff.
I thought we would talk about that.
Oh, no. What time is that tonight?
8 o'clock UK
time. Thank God.
What do they call it? Ubi Forward or something like that?
Ubisoft Forward, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where we'll see all of the Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
We'll see Assassin's Creed. We'll see
Cry.
Watch Dogs. We'll see...
Far Cry 6 is already leaked.
Are they going to... What's that game that they made that's like esports roller derby?
Oh yeah, that one.
Maybe that'll be there. Probably not.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be an expansion to Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, they'll announce next year's Assassin's Creed.
They've got other games, and I can't remember what Gods and Monsters.
Oh yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil.
Skull and Bones.
See, they've got good games. Why don't they push those?
Oh, they don't sell as well.
Exactly.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, we gotta stick with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, which is really weird. Like, I don't know why they just constantly stick to Assassin's Creed, but we do know that Far Cry 6 has kind of been leaked, which weirdly enough has Giancarlo Esposito in it.
Yes, but
Esposito.
That's the dude. Okay,
from Breaking Bad.
Okay. Let's be honest
Gus.
here. I know him as the magic mirror in Once Upon a Time. You guys know him as Gus from Breaking Bad.
I know him as Man with Half a Face.
Yes.
Ooh.
Because that's a spoiler for Breaking Bad.
Oh, it ended in like 7 years ago.
I know it did. I'm just taking the mick.
My dad got mad at me for spoiling Mad Men for him. I bought him that box set when the show finished.
What's there to spoil with Mad Men?
What's Mad Men?
I don't know. I've never watched it. I've never watched it.
I really want to watch it, but I've heard that they're terrible.
They get worse.
See, that's what I keep hearing. I'm gonna be very honest. I can't believe I'm revealing this, but I had to stop watching Breaking Bad because everyone was terrible and I hated everyone.
Yeah,
I know that's
terrible.
But
that's the great thing about it is everyone is a scumbag.
Yeah, I've never seen a better moment in TV than when this little boy ate some ricin.
Oh man, that was disgracefully bad. That was terrible.
I was like, yeah, Walt, you go.
Yeah. Or that bit where he's standing over someone ODing and he just thinks, oh yeah, this is cool, I'll just leave it to die.
Oh, look at the light show. Does he make a plane crash? That is the weirdest moment in Breaking Bad. He makes a plane crash.
Yeah, because it's the the air traffic controller's daughter is the one that overdoses.
Yeah, I was very sad at the overdose, but I did laugh my ass off when it made a plane crash.
I did as well, and it was so ridiculous. But there is one really interesting thing about it, is actually that it predicts, it basically gives that whole thing away, but if you look at the episode titles.
Oh yeah.
So you're telling me that when Desperate Housewives made a Boeing 747 crash, they did it better?
No,
they
I
didn't.
hate that show. Oh,
That show is utterly terrible.
Oh, my mom loved that show. So
well, Desperate Housewives is a video game, and I don't think Breaking Bad does.
Know.
So.
Oh wow.
My favorite YouTuber, which is Call Me Kevin, he played Desperate
I love
Housewives.
Kevin.
I love him too. I met him. I have a picture with him. Yes, because I live in Ireland.
He is a beautiful Irish boy.
Oh, he's wonderful.
Have you seen? He's ripped now.
What?
He's not ripped.
Well, he's during lockdown. He's been bulking up.
He has. He's nice. I like Kevin.
He's been munching on them taters.
Because that's not the Irish stereotype to all Irish stereotypes.
Oh my goodness. Did you know, okay, again, we're not on video games, but in Ireland, Tato's, which is a brand of potato chips,
Crisps,
if you don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, crisps. I should correct myself.
Yes.
Apparently, they're made two different ways in Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland.
Of course
and the only true Tato's are the ones that come from Southern Ireland. So,
you see, they say that, but then I'm pretty sure Northern Ireland will throw a big hissy fit.
Oh, yep.
Northern Ireland's this really weird part of the UK where Ireland doesn't want it, and we really don't want it, but we still have it.
We're just kind of here. We're just kind of existing.
But it's a beautiful country.
Oh, it is. It is. And hey, Game of Thrones was filmed here, so it's got to count for something, right?
Doesn't make it any better.
Well, an episode of Doctor Who was filmed in my high school.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of cool. That might be Game of Thrones.
Look, David Walliams and Matt Lucas went to a school round the corner from me.
Oh wow! What racist stereotype were they doing there?
All of them. Every single last one of them.
We still had the Eat Chips posters all over our high school.
Oh no.
Yeah. They didn't go until the school flooded.
We've heard about all of this pre-show as well, and this is hilarious. Oh goodness. Should we move on to video games?
Have we even talked about the stories yet? We haven't. All right, Pete, you go for it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm well into video games. I am. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, video games. What are they? It's a hot button topic.
Well, it really is, to be honest. But I've chosen 3 news stories that are somewhat less controversial.
I know, right? What?
Yeah, I know. Weird, right? So, Sony have recently just made an investment into Epic Games of $250 million.
What they've done is they've given Epic some pocket money.
Pretty much, yeah.
I was gonna say $250 million. That's yeah.
So this is the interesting part of it, right? Is that actually this is why I wanted to bring it up. Is the complete difference between Tencent investing nearly $300 million in the company in 2012.
Yeah.
So Tencent have got a 40+% stake in Epic Games. Now, because of the way that the stock price is, Sony owns 1.7% stake in Epic.
Yeah, those Fortnite dancers, they brought that company from what was it back then?
Failing.
It was like a $1 billion company or half a billion dollar company.
Like that,
now it's 17 billion.
Yeah. It started as a strong company and then just went from strength to strength.
Well, they were valued pretty high before they were. Before Gears of War became a Microsoft property.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because Epic were obviously involved in that game, as you know, Cliffy B was obviously there.
There was a big lull between Unreal Engine 3 and Unreal Engine 4 actually taking off. Like Unreal Engine 4 is in everything now.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
There was like a 5-year period when no one was using Epic's engines.
That's true.
Which is why they've obviously changed the guidelines as to what you do with the royalty payments now with Unreal Engine 5. Yeah. Because they are able to afford it now.
Yeah.
And they've got that Fortnite dance money.
Oh gosh. Oh, I cannot believe.
Yeah, when Forza Ribeiro isn't trying to sue them for it.
You can whip and you can nay-nay.
Oh my god.
Oh, please don't.
And OJ. Orange Julius or whatever it's called, which is what everyone does over here.
Have you seen that madcap video from Game Theory where he's I just simultaneously whipped a nay-nay?
Oh my gosh.
One of my favorite videos. Second only to William Shatner's Rocket Man.
Oh, that's so good. To be fair, I prefer the Stewie Griffin version of him doing that.
Oh no.
No, it's great. It's still great. It's not
just
as good.
But it's not as good as Shatner doing
No, it isn't, but it is.
Shatner wins. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shatner throwing his hips when the third Shatner comes around.
Yes. I'll tell you though what's funny about the Fortnite dances. So about 2 years ago, I took a trip over to Scotland, and I was in Edinburgh, and there was a gospel singer. I want to say she was American, and she was just really tearing it down at the museum. Mm-hmm. And there was 5 12-year-olds that just walked up and started doing the floss dance behind her.
Oh no! Listen, I feel like there was a lot of cringy dances around when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, loads.
But even as a kid, I knew better not to do them.
Yeah.
So secret, no one knows.
If people are complaining about the dance, it's because it looks stupid. Yes. Children, idiot children.
Yes, it's like those people in the late 90s who thought the Macarena was cool.
Hey, the Macarena is still cool. They did it in Zoe 101.
Oh, that makes it instantly not cool then.
The entire school did it in Zoe 101.
Oh, my childhood just flashed before my eyes. Yeah, I think we actually did the Macarena in PE, now that I think about it. We did.
What does that have to do with PE?
Boys don't dance in PE. We stand on each other's feet with our studs.
Yeah. The old rugby boots or the football boots.
Cleats, by the way.
Oh, those cleats.
Yeah.
Stupid
I had to learn that.
Why?
All right.
Why?
Go on to the next story.
Yeah, because
we don't talk about games.
Well, we've pretty much ruined that news story because there's nothing in it.
Well, I don't know what they get out of 1.7%.
Basically,
yeah, do they get to put their name on it? You know.
I was thinking about this. Maybe it's going to be royalty-free payments for Unreal 5.
Sony doesn't use Unreal 5 though. They've put loads of money into having proprietary engines. Like Microsoft uses Unreal 5.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe it means it will jump the price up for Microsoft by doing that then.
Maybe. I mean, Microsoft already pays Sony for every Xbox that they make.
That's right, they do.
Oh, yeah.
People don't realize
components,
that.
Didn't they? Yeah.
That's what cracks me up about this console wars, and I'll usually post about that and be like, how are console wars still happening? And I forget that people don't realize I'm talking about Microsoft buys the parts off of Sony.
Yeah, and Sony are now using Microsoft Azure for their cloud stuff. They also use Havok physics in every game, which Microsoft owns.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, they're just all blended together.
God, it's really weird that Havok has never been replaced.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing Havok for so many years, and now it's sort of...
It's a Halo 1 thing, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It is. It absolutely
Stubbs
is.
the zombie.
Yes.
My goodness.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
Right, so we'll move on to Nintendo stories, because I have to include Nintendo stories, of course.
Fanboy.
Yes, I'm a fanboy, but we'll further prove that you two are also fan people
I know.
Later.
Fan people. Yeah.
Yes. So there was a Nintendo Treehouse event that showcased Paper Mario: The Origami King, including its interesting battle system.
It is a weird one, yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange. But the reason why this showcase got the attention that it did was because Nintendo announced beforehand there was going to be a new game announced there, which obviously got people speculating.
Course.
The speculation was that a company, Way Forward, were going to be taking over a Nintendo property, to which Nintendo had to come out in a tweet beforehand and state, note, it is a third-party property, not first-party.
Right.
So Way Forward announced Bakugan.
You pronounced that wrong.
It's Bakugan.
Thank you!
Look, I'm reading this, all right?
Did you never roll those little balls onto your cards?
Yeah.
Never.
I had one from a bargain bin.
Okay, well, maybe you can talk more about it then, because I clearly can't roll my...
I didn't even watch this event.
I need to ask Pete. Okay, remember, I'm completely ignorant of this stuff. What is the difference between a Nintendo Treehouse and a Nintendo Direct?
Oh, Treehouses are boring.
Yeah. Basically, the Treehouses usually happen at E3, where they showcase a game in a bit more detail.
Right.
And they're usually boring.
They have announced in very interesting things in them before. They announced the Metroid 2 remake during a Treehouse.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah, that really pissed me off, because then no one knew about
wasn't it?
Yeah, no one,
Yeah, but then at the time, they were then going after an independent creator for another Metroid 2 remake that got taken down for a DMCA claim.
Yeah, the same thing happened to a Resident Evil 2 remake, but at least Capcom brought them onto the project as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what you should do. Honestly, that is how you should do stuff.
Oh,
another Metroid 2 remake guy, he was hired by Moon Studios to make Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yes, he was.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
wow.
That's why the game's amazing.
Yeah,
that's why the game has a much higher focus on combat than the last one. Fly, get off!
Wow, I did not know that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Fly on my microphone.
Okay, so just to end this story off, the internet got really, really mad at that announcement. Really mad.
Well, I have to admit, I mean, I played with Bakugan because I like them, and I watched the cartoon.
I never watched the cartoon.
Well,
so I watched the cartoons of like Yu-Gi-Oh because I loved the card game, and I was like, cool, it'd be nice, cool to see stories made out of that. But I went, well, if I'm not, the only reason that Bakugan was mildly entertaining as something to buy was that you rolled the balls, and they had magnets, so they'd open when they touched the card.
Yes, which is really cool. That was
really cool.
Yeah, but I'm not rolling the ball. Video game. I don't get to see it open up and go, oh.
Well, that's not nearly as interesting then.
No.
Before I went to school, like in the morning, Bakugan and Digimon would be on, and so I had to watch them.
Oh, of course you did.
I love Digimon. I love the Digimon theme song mostly.
It's weird. Monsters, Digimon are the champions.
Yes, I still go around singing it. So.
Wow, and the only thing I know about Digimon is one of them is called Suckermon.
It's called Sakumon.
Okay, fine, whatever. See, I'm a Philistine. This is how bad I'm terrible.
What's this Bakugan game called? I haven't seen it. Champions. Oh, what a wanky name.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wasn't even attempting it.
I'm not gonna
already butchered Bakugan.
But now you can do it correctly.
No, I can't. Clearly
3D?
Wow, in 2020.
Wait, Forward make 3D games?
Yes. Yes, they do.
It's got shadows.
This is clearly the first time you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
So live reactions right here. This is awesome.
I mean, these shadows are really weird because the trees aren't square, but all of these shadows are really angular. Wow. Hi there. I just got my fist Bakugan. Found it this morning. You want to fight?
Oh, gosh. See? There's just a little...
Dude, this game looks awesome.
It does look kind of cool, actually, if I'm honest.
These Bakugan are huge. Is this how big they're supposed to be in the cartoon?
I guess so.
That thing's a giant unicorn. That thing looks like an Evangelion.
Ah, yes. There's a lot of... You'll see an overlap between that. I have to look at this now.
I'm well on board. Dragonoid and Pegatrix.
Oh,
although, for some reason, you are just running around this massive battlefield while picking up blue discs and throwing them, Tron style.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I mean, but it does... the monsters do look really good. Listen,
I love my big monsters.
I do. Look at those. Yeah, look at those shadows. Nice 3D render.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
exactly.
Oh, you'll be happy to know that it comes out November 3rd.
Ooh, maybe I'll be able to play video games by then.
There you go.
Let's hope so.
Well, you know, I won't be playing that. I'll be playing Halo, which is definitely coming out in November.
Yes, it better. We will get to that.
We hope.
It'll come out in November. If they haven't finished it, they'll just be like, "Oh, we'll add Forge layer script."
I'd say we'll patch it in later.
Didn't they say the same thing about split-screen multiplayer on Halo 5?
No, it was Forge in Halo 5.
Okay,
they said
fine.
we're not adding in split-screen multiplayer.
Halo 5.
Well, that was disgusting anyway.
Well, they wanted that 60 FPS. That game doesn't even look as nice as Halo 4 looks.
Which is worrying.
We will get to this.
Yeah.
We will get to that. Because I am going to go on a rant.
Okay. You've been waiting for your opportunity to rant about certain Halo things. So you got your opportunity.
39 episodes. Yep. So 39 episodes.
Yeah, when this opportunity came up, the first thing you thought of is like, yes, he's Microsoft related. Oh, awesome. That means you get to talk about Halo. I love Halo.
Halo is a good thing in my life.
Oh, yes. 100%. Ah, yes.
Okay, we'll move on to the last news story.
Quick question about this Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paper Mario combat is different, isn't it?
Yes,
very different. It's like a puzzler sort of. It's very weird. So the board rotates and there's a lot of chance-related stuff in there. It's not the traditional battle format that fans want from Thousand Year Door and 64, but.
I love 64 and the Thousand Year Door.
Me too.
And I've been disappointed with Paper Mario since the Wii one.
Oh, Super Paper Mario is really fun. It's very different.
It's a good game. It's just not what I like. I want a normal
I agree.
Paper Mario game.
But Count Black was awesome. He's like one of the best villains.
He is, and Super L.
Oh yeah, Mr. L is like it's so
Mr.
awesome.
L.
Yeah, it's just Luigi in black, and that was it.
It is.
And they're like, who is this mystery man?
Yeah, it's the way he's constantly like talked about as being this like,
he's
really
the tuxedo
weird entity.
mask.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Why have we
funny.
had Sailor Moon references in this one too?
Oh, I've been watching it with my girlfriend, and so she's like, I've bought her like these little Sailor Moon figurines as well, but she's like well into it. And we've been watching it, and I was complaining that like there's been no development in the story in like 30 episodes, and then 5 minutes in like the 30th or the 31st episode, they just chuck all of it in there.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how they do.
Is that original Sailor Moon or Sailor Moon Crystal?
Original, and we're watching the 90s dub, so we've got her friend.
My goodness.
We've got a friend with the very squeaky voice who's like, Serena!
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love him!
Oh dear.
Wow.
Watching it in the best way possible, clearly.
Yes.
I did want to watch I wanted to watch the subbed version, but I'm not allowed.
So now you've got to part up with the 90s dub.
I didn't expect the white cat to sound like that. That white cat who I thought that was going to be another lady cat because Luna's a lady.
Yeah.
But that cat whose name I don't know, they've got a very deep. They've got like a porny voice.
I don't think I've ever heard that terminology before. He's got a porny
Sounds
voice.
like Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm never going to be able to watch that without thinking.
No, never. I will stick to the sub.
That's great. That's great.
Okay. Before we go on another tangent, I need to get this news story out.
Yeah.
Because this is bound to start one.
Oh, absolutely.
I've never been able to stick to a topic. I'm sorry.
No, neither have I. Neither have we.
Yeah.
We don't.
Never.
We go off track all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Microsoft have announced an event for July 23rd showcasing the Xbox Series X first-party games.
Oh, yes.
With the first, to be confirmed, Halo Infinite.
Woo!
Yes. I cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait.
No,
I've watched that E3 trailer like 20 times.
Me too.
Yes,
and I'm not even a Halo
well.
fan.
Yeah.
It's
When they
awesome.
had classic Halo music in it, I was like, all right, I'm in.
Oh god, I'm a sucker for that every time. I will not lie.
To be honest with you, as soon as I saw the Halo ring, I was like, I'm on board for this too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Was there a Halo ring in Halo 5?
Oh no. Well.
Was the ending? Was that
yeah.
on a Halo ring? I don't remember.
It's dumb and stupid. It does not exist.
Well, unfortunately, it does exist because they have confirmed that this is after Halo 5.
I know,
Oh no.
I'm hoping. Like I saw someone. They had a theory that it was the. Was it the Didact? Someone had an infested.
It's Zeta Halo.
Yes, that's it.
Installation 7?
Installation 7, which actually kind of makes sense when you think about it. And then all of this will be erased and the real reality will be put back into place. Now that's what someone hopes will happen.
Well, that sounds like a big old bunch of balls.
I know, that will not happen at all.
Because Halo 5 story, while it isn't, it's not a great story, or at least it's not told very well. There's interesting stuff around it, but the stuff that you're doing isn't very good.
That doesn't make sense. A lot of the graphic stuff doesn't make sense, but it does kind of follow, as far as story goes, it follows the novels pretty good. But I just don't think they handled it right.
Well, they got one big thing that really annoyed me. That was Cortana. Not only being alive, but also being a very generic evil villain with a different face when Halo 4 Cortana was a cutie. And
Halo 4 Cortana was Cortana. That's how she looks in my head. That's how she's always looked. And then Halo 5, they completely changed her body, her face, her voice. Well, I mean, it's still the same voice, but
it's still Jen Taylor.
Yeah, exactly. But her cadence is wrong, and just that's not. I mean, I know they're supposed to go crazy after 7 years, but that's not. And then what's this whole cloning, physically cloning? I knew she was an imprint of Dr.
Oh,
Her face.
The Cortana in Halo 5, I believe, because when she split herself into a bunch of mini Cortanas.
Yes.
Cortana Pikmin. I believe she got caught in the Forerunner system, and all of the installations
talk
to each other.
Right.
So they made a new one. I haven't really looked into the external stuff on Halo 5.
No.
I stopped caring.
It did. Yeah, that's exactly where I was at with that. Which we'll pause right there very quickly, because I think that is a great segue into our topic.
Well, it would be if I was gonna ask you something about this event outside of Halo.
Are they gonna have a car, aren't they? They're gonna show some cars.
That's what they say.
We're probably gonna see Forza 8 because they took a year. They took a year off. Where we might see Playground's new thing, which is expected to be Halo. People are saying the initiative won't be there. Some people are saying they will be there.
Do you reckon the coalition will be there?
Oh yeah, because they're from what I've heard, they're showing off Gears 5 running on Series X hardware.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I thought they might. Yeah. Well, in that they might give a teaser for the next Gears game.
I don't know, because Gears of War games, they take a few years.
They do, but it might be that there's just a small teaser trailer just for something to look forward to, basically, going forward.
Yeah, but I mean, Microsoft have they have the benefit of seeing how Sony handled their consoles now.
Good point, yeah.
Yes. And Sony didn't show a single game that wasn't, end of 2021.
Right.
Which is weird for Sony, because normally Sony show a game and they're like, it'll be out at the end of the generation.
Yes.
Have fun waiting.
But
I've been doing that with Ghost of Tsushima enough.
Oh, God, I know, right? Sucker Punch haven't made a game since 2013.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were doing Infamous, weren't they?
Yeah. The only Microsoft game to have a development that long is Crackdown 3.
Oh my god!
And we don't talk about Crackdown 3.
It was alright.
Oh my gosh!
Well, the best thing about it is it's Terry Crews.
I was gonna say.
Big boss boy.
And he had to beg to be put in it. That's what's crazy. And then he tried to get into Overwatch too. Mm-hmm.
Our review of Crackdown 3, I edited it, and I called Terry Crews a beefcake.
Well, he is.
And people in the comments were like, "Please don't refer to him as a meaty beefcake ever again."
But he is. He's your beefy boy. I love him. He's amazing. I know he's controversial, but
he's a sirloin steak.
He is. Oh, I love it.
Okay, any other games we think may be shown?
No.
No.
I can't think of anything. Microsoft have been pretty tight-lipped.
They have been very tight-lipped.
We've mentioned that on we actually mentioned that on our PS5 special.
Yeah.
But I, again, kind of just reiterating what everyone else has said, which is I think Microsoft's waiting and they wanted to see what Sony was going to do. Because way back in the Xbone days, when it was released.
Oh, yeah, the Xbone.
So, yeah.
Sony, now they got the XX.
I know, that's I have to call it that.
Sony's got a good name, because when PS4 was announced, we called it the Piss Poor. But now the PS5, it doesn't have anything, so what are they going to do?
Exactly. Although it does constantly, the Xbox X, the Sexbox, does make me think of the Simpsons episode where he's like, "It's my turn with the Sexbox."
Isn't that Family Guy? I'm pretty sure it's Family Guy. Yeah, where they go down to the Deep South. They're on witness protection.
Oh my gosh, I've actually confused The Simpsons with Family Guy.
They had a crossover, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, there you go. There's the link.
Yep. Say hi to Maud Flanders for me was a line.
Yeah, okay, there was some upsetting things in that crossover that I did not like.
It started strong as well, and it was good to a certain degree.
It was alright.
It was okay. At least it was...
I've got Disney Plus. Do I watch New Simpsons, or is it as bad as people say it is?
It has its moments, but Jerk-Ass Homer annoys the hell out of me.
So I'll just stick to watching old Treehouses of Horror then.
Yeah, definitely. Just stick to anything pre-Principal and the Pauper, and you'll be fine.
I was going to say, that's my favorite. And yes, you are correct. It was Family Guy.
Yeah. I watched that series far too much.
And her name is Sony.
The only one the only Family Guy episode that I can remember, apart from the chicken fight, was... I was given a DVD of the Y2K episode.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's the only Family Guy episode I can remember liking all the way through. Oh wait, and maybe the one where Stewie goes to San Francisco?
Yeah, those are good.
Oh, that's actually a movie.
And Brian are... Yeah.
Yeah, the one where he goes to San Francisco was originally a movie called Stewie Griffin, The Untold Story, and originally released on the PSP.
Oh, great.
That is so crazy. They must have a relationship with Sony.
Yeah, they did.
Fox? I guess Fox, yeah, of course Fox does.
Fox supported that UMD, really hard. I think I had a UMD of their Blue Harvest thing.
Yeah.
The Star Wars parody?
That's the Star Wars one. Yep.
Just saying, I didn't buy that.
But then we also won't talk about Advent Children, shall we?
Oh, gosh.
Nah, it's bad.
It's really bad.
It's very bad.
But somehow not as bad as Spirits Within.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know actually.
Terrible.
I think they're both as bad as each other.
Is Ben Affleck in Spirits Within?
No.
No.
Steve Buscemi does a voice for one of the characters.
Steve Buscemi is in Spirits Within.
Yeah.
God, they wanted to make that main character. They wanted to make her a digital actress.
It's so weird.
Yes. It didn't make any sense at all. Wow, that was 2001.
Yeah. I spelled Spirits Within with a Z, and apparently that's a song. So.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, there you go.
Brilliant.
Alec Baldwin is in it. That's
yeah.
Oh, gosh. I'll tell you what.
Sutherland, no.
Yep.
What I remember of it was it being one of the first websites that you had to have a kind of advanced computer to be able to render the website, and I luckily did, and I was like, haha, I'm superior.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be terrible. So, exactly.
Oh, it was awful. I remember seeing it in cinema.
Oh, you poor man.
I know. I was bored for 2 hours.
Yeah, you'd have to be.
Oh, it was Final Fantasy.
Did it look nice?
Yes, it looked great. It was amazing looking for the time, but those visuals haven't aged very well either. So
weirdly, I can't remember watching movies in the cinema when digital filming was taken over. I still can't remember them looking bad.
Yeah.
But now if I watch them on my TV, they look bad. But if I watched them in the cinema, I was like, oh, this looks so good.
It's because it was cutting edge technology at the time that we can now get in our homes. So it's it's like the same thing with 4K. 4K is more accessible, but they've been in cinemas for about 5-6 years.
I watched a movie on, I think it's a super screen, which is 2 4K screens that they've put next to each other.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. No movie is made for that resolution. Most movies are mastered in 2K or like just above 2K.
Right. Yeah.
So it just ends up looking blurry.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's like the very, very first time the high def TVs came out, and this is, I'm talking about Spider-Man 2. So I guess, what is that, 2004? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went into I forgot the store's name. It's a giant store in the U.S. I was going to call it Blockbuster, but it's not.
Target.
Blockbuster. No.
Walmart.
Walgreens.
No, it's the one that sells electronics. Best Buy. Best Buy.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Best Buy, which is what Chuck is based on. But I went
I love Chuck.
Oh, that is awesome.
Oh, yes. But I went in and I saw the like their newest HD TV, and they were doing a HD Blu-ray of Spider-Man 2, but it was so defined or whatever. You could see like the explosion was, it was terrible. It was fake. The frame rate was too fast. Yep. It was like, I don't want this. I don't want to pay $2,000 for this. This is terrible.
Well, it's like when they remaster video games.
Yes.
But they don't remaster the effects.
Yes.
A really famous TV version of this is Buffy.
Oh,
where they remastered it, and now you can see on the edges that the people who are filming the shot.
Yeah, because they've been replaying that on E4 over here. It's so bad to watch.
Yeah. It's the version they got on Prime as well. I can't sit for it. But also, Joss Whedon can go.
Oh, don't give me back.
He can go huff some glue.
I am not a fan of Joss Whedon.
He ruined Justice League.
And also the X-Men. So let's.
I like Batman v Superman.
Oh god.
To a certain degree, there's certain good things about it. The dialogue is.
Well, I don't remember much of the theatrical version. When I rewatched it, obviously I watched the ultimate cut because I'm gullible. I'm gullible, and I bought it. And I quite like it.
There's certain bits that are really good, like when Wonder Woman finally actually appears in her proper form, and that's awesome. And that Hans Zimmer score is just brilliant. That's
not a Hans Zimmer score. That score is made by an Asian lady.
Yes.
I forget her name, but she has a music video where she is going ham on that violin.
I'm not surprised by that.
She's like the string of it on her bow is breaking.
Now that
she makes love to that violin.
I love that.
I love it.
That. Well, she likes it rough, but
dear.
I will need to see that.
Did you buy a HD TV so you could see text in Dead Rising?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I forgot about that. Thanks for that memory.
We still suffer from it. Like, subtitles are still too small. It's ridiculous.
They can be, but nothing was as bad as Dead Rising. That's very true. But you're absolutely right.
No, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 was awful for it too.
I don't know.
Well, Halo 3 was pretty bad as well if you put it on a not HD TV.
Well, I think by then that's what I had was an HD TV, but I didn't for Dead Rising, that's for sure.
That was truly bad playing that on a standard definition TV.
I liked it that they were in the game because Dead Rising is one of my favorite games ever. You can use either a CRT or a HD TV as a weapon. You can pick and choose.
That is good. I just like sticking Servbot helmets on the zombies and letting them walk around.
I like making them run off ledges. It's very funny.
Well, I just like cutting them up with katanas that break in 5 hits.
Well, getting the lawnmower is more fun.
Oh, the lawnmower is fun.
There's that one psychopath fight out in the court in the big outside area.
Oh, that was horrible. I hated that.
I despise that fight.
Yep. But for me, it was the what are they called? Snipers. The redneck family.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I just hated that one because it's 3 of them. You know.
Yeah, well, you gotta make sure that you've unlocked that dodge.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh, that
Oh
dodge.
gosh.
God damn it.
Oh my goodness.
But
yeah.
what else do you guys think are going to be on this Microsoft event? Huh?
Ooh, Dead Rising? No.
Maybe. Capcom is working on it.
Are they?
What are we at? 5?
Oh, yeah.
I actually
Dead
thought
Rising
they'd
5?
stop making Dead Rising games because 4 did quite badly.
Capcom Vancouver were working on Dead Rising 4. There's actually a really good there's a really good video by Liam Robertson about what was going on with Dead Rising and why it ended up the way it did.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen that actually.
And Dead Rising 4, well, they obviously they were going to make Dead Rising 5, but they were going to screw it up again. And
4 was way too serious. Way too serious.
God. And why did they make Frank West look like the guy from GTA 5?
Yes, very much.
Goodness.
What's his name? Yeah.
Michael?
Michael, that's it. Yes. He looks
but they shut down.
identical.
They shut down Capcom Vancouver because Capcom Japan are taking it back for themselves, and they said that they're going to reinvigorate it. I think they are working on it in the RE engine.
Yeah.
Ooh, in the RE engine, decent.
Yeah,
that
but of course,
good,
RE engine and large crowds don't do so well.
That's
so
a fair point.
It's definitely a next gen game.
They need to talk to the Hitman developers. I love it. They are amazing at rendering crowds. I still can't believe the stuff that they have done since 2002. You
Is
go
it
back.
The Glacier engine?
If you would have asked me last week when we had read up on it, I would have been able to tell you.
Powered Hitman Absolution, and they had really good crowds.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It's the one good thing there.
Well, that was always one of the things that used to blow me away on the PS2 was how much they could render in a Hitman game.
Yeah, they've always been good at that. And their backgrounds are always beautiful. And you go back to even just the original Hitman, which I want to say was 2006.
I thought it was 2001.
Yeah. 2001. Okay.
Yeah, Blood Money's 2006.
Sheesh, really?
No, Blood Money's 2005, isn't it? It was a cross-gen game.
I believe so.
It was cross-gen. No, so yeah, I'm definitely thinking of the original Hitman with the suburban map, and it even now. I mean, we're talking 20 years? Oh my gosh, I'm old.
Nearly 20 years.
It's still. I mean, of course, it looks a bit dated, but for its time, it looks amazing. I just
Did Hitman 1 have a cul-de-sac map?
They did. They did.
So I remember that in Blood Money, and they've recently remade it.
Yeah, they redid it. But the original one had the cul-de-sac, and it had
How do you spell cul-de-sac?
Culdesac. Only because in America, that's where everybody wants to live.
In a cul-de-sac.
All I know is that's where Ed, and Eddie live.
Oh
yes.
We're coming back with all the nostalgia hits.
Yep, gotta love them.
Ed and Eddie. But yes, so Microsoft announcing games.
I think we'll see Battletoads.
Oh yeah, Battletoads is scheduled to be there.
No, they did announce a new Battletoads, but they've gone very quiet on it, haven't they, since?
Yes.
So maybe they've moved it onto next gen.
I would have thought Nintendo, but who?
No, it's a Rare property, isn't it?
Microsoft's all of Microsoft's games that are going to be cross-gen for a year, right?
Yes,
because they've already had them planned. Microsoft's comments this week about why they're supporting cross-gen. While yes, they have supported cross-gen last gen to a degree.
Yeah.
This time it's because you've screwed up on games so much that you got to appease both.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I imagine I can't see Battletoads because of the way it's made. It's all 2D art.
It is, yeah.
It's probably made with 4K in mind for Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's going to be 120 FPS on.
It would have to be
Series X, because I think it's 60 on
the
base Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is weird considering that there's very few games that actually hit 60 frames on the Xbox One.
I believe Xbox One's CPU is slightly faster than the PS5 CPU.
Really? Wow,
yes.
that wouldn't surprise me.
Because at the start of the gen, games would look worse on Xbox but run better on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then people figured out how to use the PS4. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's always the way with Sony developed architectures. You just don't figure out how to use them until about 5 years into the generation.
And people like Xbox have screwed up with exclusives for the past few years.
Yes.
If you remember the start of the PS4, there was nothing.
Oh yeah, it was all remasters because that was all they could do. Yeah.
I think Infamous Second Son and Killzone and Knack were the big exclusives.
Knack!
2 years.
Oh gosh.
Look, I'm disappointed that they never actually announced Knack 3.
Oh.
Well, they'll announce it, and the tagline will be, "Guess who's Knack again."
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible because I know that is absolutely possible.
Oh look, if Mark Cerny's working on the architecture, then you know full well he's making Knack 3.
Oh, he loves Knack, doesn't he? Okay. Can you imagine the pitch for Knack?
Yeah.
Because not only does Mark Cerny have such a soft voice that I'd probably fall asleep to it, but he's also like pitching the most boring game concept.
Yes.
It's a platformer, but you break.
And you build yourself up again.
It's just a worse Never Dead.
Oh gosh.
Pretty much.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It is just weird. Like, I need
we'll
Mark
see a car at this thing.
You guys, try that again.
I said we'll see a car at this thing.
I'm sure we will. Yeah, Forza's definitely going to be there.
But they'll have to because they'll have to come up with something that's going to compete with Gran Turismo.
Yeah, but Gran Turismo isn't going to be out, so technically they don't have to.
That's a good point.
Gran Turismo games. I always like to play this game when I watch a Sony console reveal. It's which game isn't coming out, because every PlayStation reveal has had a game that will never come out, sometimes two. So I think it's going to be that Capcom thing that they showed.
Yes.
The one that definitely didn't look like a. The one that didn't look like a real game.
Yes. We
probably be it.
About that.
And we always have the Gran Turismo that they show off that isn't coming out for 3 years.
Yeah.
I know.
It's all right because we'll have GT7 Prologue.
Oh, not again.
Oh goodness. But yeah, what is it? Project Athena, I think is Capcom.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to Gran Turismo, they didn't update the car model again.
No.
They just updated the hands.
Yeah.
They think I wouldn't notice? I haven't even played Gran Turismo Sport, and I could tell.
Yeah. Well, you just have to look at the screenshots. It is quite obvious. It's quite weird.
Wow.
Whereas
No, you go.
I was going to say, I've been playing Forza Horizon 4 quite a lot over the last few days, and that game's beautiful looking. It's amazing.
Yes. Are you playing on X or PC?
On the X.
Yeah. Such a good looking game.
It's so good, and it runs so smoothly as well. I've had no issues with frame rate on that game.
Are you playing 4K 30 or 1080p 60?
1080 60.
Nice.
Yeah, I do not compromise frame rates. I can't do it.
When it comes to Gran Turismo, they make half of the cars again, or sometimes a third of the cars again, like when it was GT4 to GT5, and then they just leave cars that you'll unlock later in the game the same.
It's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah, whereas like Forza, they make a large majority of the cars, and also the new cars, like Forza 7 had 700 cars in it.
Yeah.
And all of them were close in quality. But also they record engine sounds for every single car.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but then when it comes to Gran Turismo, they make their own sounds.
That is very true.
Some sounds are really bad.
Yeah.
That is true.
That was the thing about Forza, is that when I was looking through the car list on Forza Horizon 4, it took me 10 minutes to get through the whole thing. It was ridiculous.
There's more in Forza 7.
I'm not surprised by that, because obviously it's Playground and Turn 10 that do Forza Horizon. Now, Playground have apparently been working on a game, haven't they? That's apparently might be Fable.
They've got two teams. They're a big studio.
Yeah, they are. They're huge. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're working on Horizon 5 at some point. But also they have been touted to be working on a Fable game, which is really unusual.
That is very.
This
is
is
that
something.
Lionsgate?
This is something I can tell you is that there was a time where Fable concept art leaked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Yes.
Well, we posted it as part of a news story, and the person who made it contacted me, and we had to take the art down.
Oh my
because
goodness!
It's his copyright.
Of course.
But he said, I believe he said it was something to do with an art test for a job at Playground Games, which meant that everyone who reported on it might have ruined that opportunity for that person. So I feel very.
Oh my
bad.
Goodness!
I feel really bad about it, but IGN did it first, so.
Yeah, we'll blame IGN because IGN are terrible for everything.
Yeah, I
said it.
But so if they, because he had many pieces of art, some of them were of cars, for Forza, I imagine,
Yep.
and some of them were of this fantasy world that looked a lot like Fable. So I imagine if you're gonna ask for Fable art, or you're gonna give people the brief of, this thing is definitely like Fable.
Yeah.
Then they're definitely working on Fable.
Unless it was a way of trying to get Microsoft to actually give them Fable to work on.
I guess, but then you get someone on your art team to make that art.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
You don't do an art test for people coming in.
That's a good point, actually.
Comic books are very, very similar.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they'll send out, they don't do it so much anymore, but they'll send out a call for artists, and they'll allude to certain storylines, and you're like, oh, all right, okay. All right.
So it's Fable, huh?
So it's Fable.
I mean, Fable's been looked at to try and come off the ground for years, and they've just never been able to get another game out there, have they?
I've got the message right here. I won't name the person, but they messaged me saying, I kindly ask you to take out my art and my name, for it's no official game art. It was an art test for a position in the studio.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That tells me that they're definitely looking at Fable or some. Nah, it would have to be Fable. You just wouldn't do that. You wouldn't ask for art samples.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Microsoft has been extremely protective over the Fable IP. Oh, finally, a conversation with my job actually comes in useful. So Microsoft have sold a lot of IPs that they own, and one of them was Alan Wake. But they sold that back to Remedy.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't sell it for very much either, compared to what it's worth if they were to do a sequel on it.
Yeah.
But Fable, Lionhead and ex-Lionhead people have tried to buy that IP back multiple times.
And they've said no.
And they've said no every single time, which means they care about it. I think they're just waiting for the bad faith of Fable 3 to go away. And Fable the Journey. And Fable Legends. And Fable Fortune.
Yeah. And Molyneux to never speak of Fable ever again.
Well, that's the problem, is that, they need Molyneux to walk away from Fable and never discuss it, which he's never not ever going to do.
He hasn't been talking about Fable very much recently. He's been talking about that game that he made after Fable.
Oh god, that piece of crap.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but it was very bad.
Well, he's released 2 mobile games as well, and I've tried really hard to get on board with those. And I can't because again, as he's always done, actually it's 3 mobile games, I think. Again, he oversells it, and I get really, really hyped, and then I play it, and it's like.
And that's the problem with Molyneux, is he promises far too much and just can never deliver on those promises. He is a very talented game designer, clearly, but he just oversells his games.
I think he's.
Or head,
I think
but
he's ahead of his time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of design work. He's done a lot of stuff with the industry. He's made some of the. He's been part of a team that's made some of the greatest games in video game history. Theme Hospital.
Was he on that team? Have we talked about this?
I'm sure he was. I'm absolutely certain.
I feel like he is. It was back when they were working on RTSs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was involved in Bullfrog, wasn't he? And then he created Lionhead after Bullfrog pretty much got shut down by EA.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, which is crazy.
I'm looking at his list of games, and Theme Park is on there.
That was my true love for a long time.
Theme Park is awesome.
No, I don't think. No, he didn't have anything to do with Theme Hospital.
Oh, which is a shame, but yeah, he still worked on Theme Park. That's fine.
Yeah, now I'm remembering the splash screen for Theme Park has Molino on it. So
Project Milo, what a game!
Oh my god!
Why do we have to bring that up now?
Wow.
Maybe they'll announce it at the Xbox event.
What, you mean Project Milo for what was the Project Natal at the time?
Yeah. What they're going to do is they're going to bring out like the kid that Milo is based on.
Oh, that's funny.
They're just going to beat him up.
Yeah, they're literally going to bring him out on stage, and then even though it's a virtual event, they're just going to
bring him out of Phil Spencer's basement.
Yeah, they could bring him out of Phil Spencer's basement, and then the whole thing's going to be shot on a Kinect 2.0.
And here at Xbox, we're dedicated to fixing our past mistakes.
Oh my god!
Xbox on.
Milo, go home, lol.
Oh wow, they have announced a load of crap, haven't they, over the years?
And this is the bottom of an Avatar shoe.
Why did we need to see that? I remember watching that conference with utter horror.
Yes.
Laughed my ass off.
That was before I was into games journalism. I was just beginning in journalism, and I didn't even know there was a such thing as games journalism. And I just remember watching it going, oh my gosh. What
is even this?
Please stop, Xbox.
Yes, please stop. Please stop.
Did you ever play Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary with Kinect? Because I never got to do it because I didn't own one. But you could. It had head tracking.
It did.
I believe.
It did.
Cool.
You could tilt your head.
Yes, you could.
You could cheat, pretty much.
Basically.
I mean, I was going to say that CE Anniversary was probably 343's best game.
They didn't make it.
Did they not?
No, that was what's the name of the team? It's not Splash Damage.
Okay.
It's someone else.
Oh,
no, because 343 were working on Halo 4.
That's right. They were working
okay.
on Halo 4, and they passed it on. Yes.
Yeah, I thought originally that they actually worked on that as a concept to be able to work on Halo in the future, but
it was Saber Interactive. 343 had something to do with it.
Oh, Saber, yeah, Saber are very well known porting studio now, aren't they?
Yes,
but they also did Halo 2 Anniversary, and they learned from their mistakes.
Good.
So beautiful.
And by that I mean they didn't just take Halo 3 assets and Halo Reach assets, put new textures on them.
That's exactly what they did. But I adore the upgrade of the remastered Halo 2. It's
a great remaster.
It's fantastic.
And the cutscenes.
You
know, Tim Miller directed those cutscenes.
Really?
That doesn't surprise me at all. That explains so much.
He was the head of Blur Studios.
Oh, wow.
Until Deadpool, I think, was his first feature.
Yes, that's right. That explains so much. So, haha, Pete. Haha.
I'm staying out of this one.
Pete hates Deadpool.
Oh, it's an alright movie.
It's my favorite.
I hate Deadpool as a character, that's why.
Yeah, honestly, he has come by it, honestly, in that he does not like Deadpool as a character.
I would say that his movie version is a lot more tolerable than every other version.
Just about, yeah. And believe you me, I mained Deadpool in Ultimate Marvel 3 for a while, so I had to put up with that.
Because Deadpool in the movie makes good jokes, and Deadpool and everything else doesn't.
That's true.
Well, I was going to try and defend the 2001 series, but no, because that was written by Scott What's-His-Face, and all of his jokes were the same in every X-Men iteration ever.
Scott.
What's his name?
Scott
something. Oh, man. I almost could see it.
Oh, Scott, oh, man.
Oh, I'd never knew there was a person in the industry called Sky, man.
You know what I hate, though? That we're going to go off on a little tangent on comic books. Rob Liefeld designed Deadpool.
Oh, the big Captain America.
Oh,
was
my
he him
God.
with a huge chest?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. One of the worst artists of the 19th, 20th, and 21st centuries. No,
well, I think you just don't understand his style.
His big boobs style for men? No, I don't. And tiny little ankles, tiny little feet.
He's setting some unrealistic body standards.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's one of. There's him, and then there's another comic artist by the name of Greg, and I've forgotten his last name. And what he used to do was he would lightbox stills of porn. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, and then trace over it. So there's a big.
What the hell?
Yes.
Oh wait, for the female characters.
Well, and the men too. There's some O faces for Wolverine.
Yes.
Yes, it's the worst. It's the worst.
I've always wanted to see Wolverine peek out.
Oh my gosh, it is. Okay. Great.
Oh.
Here I go, searching on it. But yeah. I wish I could remember his name.
I haven't read many comics, but thankfully I've seen all of these art styles.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that there was a viral picture of Superman where there's like Superman with this kid and his mum's taking a photo, and the profile, like the preview on her phone, is just of the kid's face.
Yes.
What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
I have a Godzilla comic book next to me called Godzilla Hell.
Oh.
Nice.
Godzilla goes to hell. There's a big stone that says, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here," and he beats it up.
That is like the most Japanese thing ever.
Oh no, this is an American comic.
Of course it is. Of course
IDW.
Jesus.
Yeah,
oh, IDW. Yeah, of
$3.99.
course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I was sent this by a Godzilla fan for free.
Oh gosh. Oh,
they
that's
clearly
cool.
loved it that much then.
They had two.
They must have loved it that much. They bought 2 copies.
But
How very weird.
I think they're going to show the Xbox at this event.
Do you really? Wow, that would be novel.
What, the Xbox or the Series X or the Series S?
I don't know if they're going to show the Series S because I don't know. I mean, if I was Microsoft, I would wait on that thing. Apparently, they were supposed to launch. Well, X was supposed to launch next month.
Yeah.
And then S was supposed to launch in October. Which is weird. Launch your Xboxes in November.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm surprised I'm going to just be very honest. I've been honest on this show before. I'm surprised they're releasing anything with the, COVID, of course, but also COVID affecting the production of the hardware.
Oh no! True. You see, they don't care about that. Okay.
Well, yeah.
No.
That's why it's been delayed, though.
Yeah, and
like what they've said is they've been like, oh, coronavirus isn't affecting us at all because what we've done is we haven't announced when it's supposed to come out, so that we don't have to have news stories about us not being able to hit our deadline. We've internally changed our deadline.
Yes.
We just haven't told you about it.
Of course.
Well,
that sounds very much, yeah.
I mean, did you see that about a month or so ago, I think it was, that someone accidentally put the actual release date up and they pulled it down pretty quickly?
Oh, Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When is Thanksgiving?
Right. It's November. Usually.
It's the third Thursday of every November.
So what's that this year?
Let's pull up a calendar and find out.
Who can do it first?
Well,
I'm not going to try. So
19th.
Oh well,
that's a good date.
Yeah, 19th works because then on the 20th,
what?
No, you got Black Friday.
Yeah, the original Xbox launched on November 11th.
Wow, that's going to be an early Thanksgiving. It's usually around the 26th, but nope. But
then it's only a month until Christmas. You got to make another turkey.
Yes, we have giant giant Thanksgiving dinner 1 month before giant Christmas dinner, and you have 2 turkeys.
That's just to expand the waistline ready for Christmas.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
But then you've already bought, like, if you're smart, you've already bought all the Christmas presents. You don't know everyone's going to go up a size.
That's very true. That's actually very true.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have worn this, but I've just had 2 giant buffets.
Giant. I mean, mega.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. They do look impressive, those Thanksgiving meals, though.
Yeah, but gosh, I mean, over here, we just have like a crap Christmas meal, and we're like, all right, but it's a chicken.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's like poverty chicken. I hate turkey.
Yeah. I mean, I love turkey.
You should have turkey. I used to be a professional chef. So the turkey I make is like super moist. And yes, I said moist on
it better be, because otherwise I'm not eating it.
Well, you haven't had a Christmas dinner where you've forgotten to defrost the turkey, so you've got to run a bunch of water over it and then cook it for 10 hours.
No, I can't say I ever have.
I have heard stories though.
Yeah, never happened to me. I'm very professional.
Clearly.
Yeah. Well, now I ask my Google Assistant to remind me.
Ooh, and that's worrying considering you're on a Microsoft-based website. You should be.
Well, I'm not using Cortana.
Why? What's wrong with Cortana?
She's bad.
Is that because of the 7-year madness?
No. She doesn't sound like Jen Taylor for one.
No.
That really annoys me.
Why didn't they do that?
I don't know. It would have been great. You know, Edge. Microsoft Edge was codenamed Spartan.
Yeah.
So why would they just call it the Spartan browser? That's cool. Yes. Edge sounds too edgy.
It also sounds like you too.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, and Apple has the
Siri. Go on. I have used every digital assistant. I used Bixby, that Samsung one.
Bixby. Oh my god.
That one's bad. That one doesn't work. Yeah. Cortana doesn't work. Siri doesn't work. I set mine to Australian, and she somehow recognises me better than the normal British one. I don't think I have an Australian accent.
Oh my
Well, that's because when I've been over to America, I've been called Australian because they don't understand what an Australian accent sounds like.
Yesterday, I was called. Someone said that I sound Australian by a Scottish guy.
Oh my goodness!
I was like, that's like me saying that you sound Irish.
Oh my gosh, that is wild. That's all right. I get accused of being Australian all the time.
Yeah,
all the
you
time.
Sound nothing like an Australian.
Nothing at all.
I mean, we're clearly not Australian because we're not saying it properly according to Australians.
Australian.
Oh, I'm not a bogan.
Oh my gosh.
That's because we're just a bunch of dirty poms over here. That's all it is compared to for them.
I don't know. I've been called a sheepshagger numerous times, so I must have the Welsh accent.
I thought that's what they called Scottish people.
No, it's the Welsh. But
that's the haggis shagger.
The Australians call the New Zealanders a bunch of sheepshaggers. So
yeah, New Zealanders deserve to be called sheepshaggers. They have way more sheep than us. I did the math, right? They have 4 times the amount of sheep that Welsh people do. Why are we the sheepshaggers? We don't even have that many sheep.
You've done the maths, the very intricate maths.
I did. Oh, I looked into the global global sheep counter. This is a thing. They do it every year.
Was this to prove a point that you aren't a sheepshagger?
Yes. I live in a city. I've never been near a sheep.
That's hilarious.
Oh dear. That is funny. Anyway, shall we move on?
I'm going to send you guys, because I want the listeners out there that if you're a fan of comic books, specifically the X-Men, which is the only comic book ever. No, that's not true. The artist that is terrible, that's worse than Rob Liefeld, is Greg Land.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just that image alone is really funny.
Yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know. And Marvel kept him on for a very long time.
But the worst part is that he's giving them these O faces, but they've also got extremely dead eyes.
Yes, that's the whole. Yes, that was the whole.
What the hell?
Everything.
So does he have like a necro fetish?
Clearly.
Look at the face of the guy behind her. He's just like, oh no.
I'm just worried about the state of Wolverine there. They're a bit further down.
Oh my gosh!
I haven't clicked on the website yet. Let me click on the website.
Please do, because this is
Oh,
my god!
Yeah.
Later on, down the line.
Yeah. Did you get to the one I think you got to? Because it's the one that I
Spider-Woman
might have recognized from something.
Yeah.
That made me start going, I think this guy is
the Uncanny X-Men one?
The one I just posted.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no, they're getting railed.
Oh no! Oh dear.
Yes. So he's well known in the community for being terrible and is still employed, not by Marvel, I think, though.
Well, at least he got his proportions right.
Yeah.
The
thing looks really weird.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It is.
Oh god. And you know, like, internet neckbeards are going to be like, it's just the way it's supposed to be.
That's exactly what happened, is they came out of the woodwork and said, we love him, he's our favorite artist, keep him on, blah, blah, blah. And the rest of us are just like...
what year was this that he got kicked out?
2007, I want to say. 7, 8, 9, 10, that area.
Oh, dear.
So thankfully that brand of YouTuber hadn't been created yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's a very good point.
That brand of bearded
neckbeard
defender of such things. But so yes, if you ever want to go on an interesting little journey of comic book O-faces, look up Greg Land's X-Men. Well, Marvel.
So you're an X-Men fan then, right?
I am. Yes, the comic book.
So how do you feel about the film adaptations of the Dark Phoenix saga?
Oh dear.
I hate them with the burning heat of 1,000 suns.
Yeah.
I in the early 2000s, when the original X-Men came out and the original Spider-Man came out, I was very, very hopeful, especially with Spider-Man being directed by Sam Raimi, who I love. Absolutely.
Looking forward to Doctor Strange 2.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I was disappointed. Honestly, I was disappointed Scott Derrickson came off that project. But as soon as they announced Raimi, I was like, "Oh my god, that is going to be awesome."
That's a better fit.
Unfortunately, it still won't be like the horror film that it was supposed to be.
But
it's supposed to be. It really should.
And then James Gunn is now doing Suicide Squad 2, so maybe there's hope for that.
Actually, the Suicide Squad.
Oh yes, that's right. They want to distance themselves.
Peter Capaldi's in it.
Nice.
See?
Yes.
Oh, I love James Gunn. He's gonna make everything better.
Did you ever watch his Romeo and Juliet movie with the big monster doll?
Yes, I did. Romeo and Juliet. I sure as heck did. I watched it before anyone knew who James Gunn was.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hipster.
Of course, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed is a peak cinema.
That was his first big one. That was his first video. Yes, yeah.
Oh my Christ.
That Scooby-Doo movie was supposed to be an R-rated comedy.
It was.
It so should have been.
And they changed everything. In fact, they had to cover up cleavage digitally.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it's probably just him wanting to see it.
There's that scene where Shaggy and Scooby are like eating inside the back of the mystery machine.
Yeah.
Playing reggae music, and there's smoke coming out of the top.
Oh, of course.
And they were supposed to be blazing up.
Yes.
Yep.
The comedy that could have been. The adult comedy. But I'm a big fan of James Gunn. Very, very big fan of his older stuff. I didn't see Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Rubbish.
I've stayed away from it. I probably should watch it. I didn't hate the first one. I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, the first one's great, but the second one is like really, really quite average, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. But
I mean, take nothing away from Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell is awesome.
Yes, that is kind of the part I want to see. But I mean, fingers crossed, everything coming out when we can actually go back to movie theaters will be worth it.
Yeah, I'll be watching Tenet. Because I'm a Nolan fan, clearly.
You very much are.
Yeah. But Nolan made The Dark Knight Rises.
Look, Nolan...
we had this discussion last
week. Nolan is awesome. We take nothing away from The Dark Knight Rises because the original script was supposed to be brilliant.
Yes, but you see, it wasn't very good when it came out.
No, I will admit, there were certain parts of it that were pretty shocking. But what I mean is, obviously...
shoot a man before throwing him out of an airplane. Nobody knew who I was before I wore the mask.
I don't.
If I take that mask off, will you die?
It would be extremely painful.
You're a big guy.
For you.
The fact that we know that film word for word, we just know how many times we've watched it.
You think darkness is your ally.
I've only seen that movie twice. I don't think Bane has as bad a voice as Batman does. I can't understand what Batman says. I can understand what Bane says.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit...
laugh the whole time.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I can't take Bane seriously because I was born to the darkness. I just can't. And I love what's-his-face
Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's
awesome.
awesome.
I love Tom Hardy.
I was born Bane. Golden Bane. I didn't see the light till I was already a man.
How can you take that seriously?
No, it's the bit right at the end where Bale's Batman meets up with Bane at Wall Street. It's just, it is the voice off, isn't it? It's like, you came back to die with your city. It's like, no, I came back to kill you.
Oh my god! No, the best line is when Christian Bale's like, he's like, they're talking about who would have the trigger to the bomb, not in The Dark Knight, and he's like, why would you give the trigger to an ordinary citizen?
Where's the trigger? Where is it? You want to get it to an ordinary citizen?
Like I had to turn on the subtitles because all he says is, why would he give the detonator to an ordinary citizen?
Oh.
I'll tell you what though, Anne Hathaway was a great Catwoman.
She's fantastic in that film. She's brilliant.
I don't think they used her enough.
No, she definitely should have been given more scenes where she's killing people or getting people killed and screaming about it as the damsel.
I just love that bit where she kicks the crap out of some guys and just because they're threatening a little kid, and she's like, never steal from someone you can't outrun.
I love
that's so awesome.
When you watch those Batman movies, do you see Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman?
Yes.
Oh my god.
All the time. But I have to get past it. That's the problem.
I love American Psycho. I absolutely love that.
I've got the book right next to me. I'm starting to read through the book.
Oh my gosh, the book is a bit different. I'm not going to give you any spoilers.
I already see about 30 pages in that it's tonally similar, but not quite. It's a lot more dry. But also, it's quite offensive.
It is very offensive.
Of course it is.
But,
But I get why it's offensive. I don't know anything about the author. I don't know if the author's a big piece of shit. Okay, good.
No, well, see, here's the thing. The author is... Oh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. But he's actually been misunderstood by a lot of people.
Okay.
Why he ever wrote that book. I personally like him. But there are a lot of people that find him, quote, problematic.
I like how all the quotes on the back of this book are people telling the reader what the themes of the book are, and not that that the book is serious about how it presents itself.
Well, see, that's the thing. If you take, and this is the wonderful thing about American Psycho, kind of true for the movie too. If you read it and you take it literally word for word, you're not going to get it. If you take it and you go, oh wow, this is A, satire, B,
it is so
spoiler.
Obviously a satire, and I don't know how people didn't get it.
Yes, exactly. And the same thing for Fight Club and Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah.
People never understand that the book and the movie are both satire, and so
so they just put posters of it on their wall.
Yeah, exactly.
I go, oh wow, Where Is My Mind is such a cool song.
Right.
Well, that's kind of the point, idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I cannot say enough about both the book Fight Club and the book American Psycho.
Okay. Speaking of really, really good satire, and this is really, really weird to bring it up, but I actually watched Super Size Me 2 the other day, and I thought that was going to be terrible. No, it's genius.
Is it the same crew and everything? I've never seen.
It's the same guy, but
is it Super Size Me as well? Like Super Size Me TOO, or is it a...
No. It's just a number
Part
2.
two?
But he decides, like, the thing is, he decides to open like a fast food chicken restaurant. But it literally uses all of the stupidity that all these other places uses and throws it right in their face. It's absolutely. It's like I expected nothing of it, and I saw that it came out, and I went, no, not watching that. I decided to watch it because it was on Prime the other day, and I was bored. And my God, it was actually genius.
Oh, do you have Stars Play on Prime?
No.
Or if you can redeem
like
your
add-on?
Yeah, but if you can redeem your 7-day trial, you should really watch Doom Patrol.
Okay.
It is, and you should as well. It's got Brendan Fraser in it.
Okay, well, I'm sold.
I'm in.
And he swears a lot.
I'm in.
I want him
Brendan
to
Fraser.
come back.
Brendan Fraser's awesome.
He's slowly coming back.
He's slowly coming back. They really did him. They did him pretty dirty.
They did him dirty.
Yeah.
They did. So I applaud anything he does.
He is so good in that show. And sees everyone. The only thing that might be slightly problematic is there is a character who has DID, and I don't know. I mean, I thought that it's handled pretty well because, but you know, I don't have DID, so I don't know how triggering it might be for some people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
because it is like it is like, oh, sometimes this person can get very violent, and I know people with DID don't like that association.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it is interesting how a lot of mental health representation has changed over the years. You know, some of it's good, some of it's.
I'd say this is a much better representation than Split. That's for sure.
Yes, there you go. Although I like Split, but I like it for what's his face's performance. But
James McAvoy.
I like him, but I don't care for Shyamalan's. I just don't care for Shyamalan. I'm just gonna be honest. After Avatar, I just was like, I don't like it.
Look, Split.
I love that movie because of how bad it is. I'm like, how do you not get a single character's name right?
No.
How do you not present their name right once?
Not their names,
It's
not their
crazy.
ethnicity.
It's based off a TV show. They say the names.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So ridiculous. But Split is an awesome movie. You should watch it.
It's pretty good.
Well, like I said, I like McAvoy's performance, but again, Shyamalan.
Look, Anya Taylor-Joy is wicked in it as well. Leave her alone.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, what was
just over the formula.
Oh, it was Glass, wasn't it? That was kind of terrible,
yeah. Well, they drowned Bruce Willis in a puddle. Spoiler.
In a puddle.
Yeah.
And let me say, nobody remembers this, but I watched Unbreakable as a kid.
Right.
I watched it many times.
Yeah, me
Bruce
too.
Bruce Willis, like his weakness to water is not real. It is a part in the movie that he gets over. He fights in the water.
Yeah, he does, because when he gets thrown out of that window into the swimming pool and he's being drowned by the cloth,
he gets out. He gets out and then he fights in the water.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. It shows that he's over it.
I mean, the thing is, even in Glass, he fights in the water and he's weaker than the Beast, but he's still able to hold his own.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh no, water is my weakness."
I'm just gonna get held down by a shady government entity in a puddle that's no deeper than my little toe.
I bet Bruce Willis didn't mind because it meant he didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly it.
You know, over here they sell an energy drink with Bruce Willis's face on it. And I'm like, does that just mean you lose energy?
Maybe he's one of those aliens in that other Shyamalan movie. The one with Mel Gibson. No, the one with Mel Gibson Signs. And Signs, where they're weak to water. The whole alien.
That's so dumb.
It is so dumb. It's so dumb.
What's the one with
Marky Mark?
Marky Mark.
The Happening.
It's even more dumb.
Why does this keep coming up? Because I watched Ted 2 last night, and these are all actors that have been in films I've watched over the last few days. So weird.
I will say this: it got a lot of flack, but I kind of liked The Village, which is I
like The Village.
Yeah,
The Village sucks.
I like it. I like the idea, I like the concept.
Like the concept is fine, but the execution is really bad.
I thought
it's alright.
But then after that, it was just like, and then the Devil Elevator one, whatever that one was.
I'm trying to find this picture of this energy drink.
Devil was it?
Oh, I have to know. Yeah, I have to know what this energy drink is.
All I can see are pictures of fried chicken that I've taken pictures of.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a good-looking pasta bake.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man.
Oh, Suspiria. I love that movie. Where is my picture of Bruce Willis energy drink gone?
Our most interactive episode yet.
Oh, here it is.
Also, Pete, I think... Oh, my gosh. That should be the title of this
amazing. What's the title?
Great.
It's just called Bruce Willis, isn't it?
Hell Energy.
Oh, it's called Hell Energy.
Oh,
Bruce Willis. And Bruce Willis gives you energy, taste, and power.
I think the title of this
Debbie
episode
Moore used to say that about him.
Oh, where the hell is my picture of Bruce Willis energy drink?
That is so appalling.
That is crazy.
That's literally like they've ripped out a picture of a promo shoot from Die Hard 4.
No, I think that picture's from Die Hard 5.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
He's very elderly looking there.
Yeah, because you can tell when it's Die Hard 4 because he's still got a smooth head, but in this one he's got kind of a bumpy head because he's getting old.
Jowls.
Yeah, and the crow's feet.
Tagging. Yeah, exactly.
This is shocking.
Energy, taste, power.
Like he's clearly been airbrushed, and yet he still looks like he's dying.
Oh my god, I've just seen a picture of him actually holding the drink.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Who's the maker of it?
He looks about as interested in this energy drink as he did in that one show advert. That one show interview, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a Hungarian energy drink. Oh my gosh.
Are you Hungarian for more? He's so disinterested.
Yeah, he looks so bored. It's really
He's done Japanese ones too. If you ever on YouTube, some of his Japanese commercials where he speaks Japanese are insane. They are insane.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find one.
Oh my god.
He's just like, he looks at his hand and he's like, arigato.
I kind of think, and I have no proof of this, but I almost think that his Japanese commercials are dubbed over. Because
that wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't
either.
It's
clear. It's quite clear.
Wait, you're from America, so Bruce Willis had a fast food chain, right? Or he had a restaurant chain?
He had a restaurant, and yes, quite a few people did. He had, I believe, he had a restaurant with
Planet Hollywood.
Sylvester Stallone and
Arnold
I want to say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It was.
Did you ever go to one? Because I heard they were awful inside.
No, I couldn't make it before they closed down.
Yeah, of course.
Disappointing. Because they had one. I lived in Houston, Texas, but I think the one they had was in San Antonio, Texas, which is about 2 hours. So I had to just go to the one with the music, the
Chuck E. Cheese.
No, the Hall of Fame ones with the guitars and all the rock stars and stuff. So, yeah. I got to see Prince's guitar. So
that's awesome, at least.
There's that, I guess. It's tiny, and he was tiny. He was 4'11".
Well, I ate food outside the Jack the Ripper Museum in London. That's my star.
Oh, that's your claim to fame.
Yeah, they showed us the images of the dead while I was eating a sandwich.
Amazing.
Oh, where you're like, this is a bit leathery.
Oh my God, what is this?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's one of the oldest ones.
I have to watch this later. I'm gonna have to watch this later with sound.
Yes, it's worth it. Yes, so that's one thing I also want to say.
As bad as the Pepsi Man ad.
Oh yes.
Cutscene.
Oh my gosh.
Drink Pepsi.
Oh gosh, it's so terrible. But that's another thing. Oh gosh, the Arnold Schwarzenegger ones are also terrible. Listeners, if you've never gone down the rabbit hole that is YouTube Japanese commercials, please do.
They are kind of hilarious.
They are amazing. I have lost several hours to them.
Yeah. Wow, that was some tangent.
That was a big tangent.
Yeah. So what do we do now? Because I don't know.
We should move to
Bruce Willis had a video game. Huh?
Oh yes, he did. Was it Apocolypse or something? Bruce Willis
Apocolypse.
Yeah, it was on the PS1.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, and they tried to use his likeness in Die Hard Arcade.
Yes.
And it didn't work too well. And they had to re-release it as Dynamite Cop.
I think Bruce Willis tried to get out of that Apocolypse deal as well, because the game wasn't very good. And also, he's old and doesn't know what video games are. I thought that everyone around his age, right? That's when video games were mainstream, when he was becoming famous.
Right. Yeah.
I thought he'd understand how they work. But I've heard him talk about video games, and I think he still thinks they're like Pong.
You have to remember that this is also a man who has released a blues album under a pseudonym. So
yeah.
Well, at least William Shatner was brave enough to put his name on his music.
And the crazy thing is, it was called Return of Bruno, and it was the first album release. And my mother bought it, and we watched the special on PBS.
That's how bad it was. It was on PBS.
Yes, that's how bad.
The P bulletin system.
the only public broadcasting channel in America that the government funds.
So that's like your BBC.
It would be.
No, we pay for the BBC for God's sakes.
Well,
I don't.
With PBS, we voluntarily pay. It's like they run a pledge drive, and it does show all the BBC stuff. So, like Downton Abbey and all that stuff shows up on PBS.
Yep,
so.
which is why they take the mick out of it in The Simpsons constantly. I'm Penny White.
yes. Okay, so we have about 20 minutes left to talk about it.
Oh no.
This has been one of our best episodes, and it's
also
by.
all over the place.
It is.
We're not usually this chaotic, I promise, but
I'm sorry.
This is bloody hilarious.
This has been great. This is 2020 in a nutshell.
I've never been able to stick to a topic. It's my crux.
Maybe we should get you on more regularly then.
I think.
Sure, I'll come on.
Excellent. I've actually thoroughly enjoed this. But I will start our very brief topic with so what did 343 do to make us fall in love with Halo again?
Make a good one.
Yes.
That's the end of discussion. No more needs to be said.
Well, I would like to praise 343 for one thing, and that is that while Halo 5 was very, very bad, single player wise, it had great multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like one of the best multiplayer games available right now, and people still play it because it is phenomenal.
I'll second that.
Is that they have, at least until Halo 5, they maintained Halo as a very cohesive universe. Like Halo's lore has always been very deep and quite complex.
Yes.
And 343 were the reason that entire studio was founded to make sure that expanded universe ran smoothly. And I don't think that they thought that they would be making Halo games.
Probably not, no.
And then Bungie left, and Microsoft were like, "All right, you've made 343 made those 2 mobile games, right?"
They did. They did Halo Wars as well.
No, that was
Creative Assembly, wasn't it?
Creative Assembly was Halo Wars 2.
Really?
Halo Wars 1. That studio went out of business.
Oh.
Because of Halo.
343. Who had 343 done before then? They did something.
Ensemble Studios did Halo Wars 1. They made Age of Empires.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. And then 343, didn't they make some kind of like Call of Duty or something? They helped.
Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary and Halo 4 were their first games.
Really? Okay.
I remember seeing that, actually.
They have since made Spartan Assault, Master Chief Collection, although that was with a lot of people. Spartan Strike, Halo 5, Halo Online, that was cancelled. Okay.
Yeah.
Halo Wars Definitive Edition, that was them and Behavior. They ported that. Halo Wars 2, which was a collaboration with Creative.
That must have been what I was thinking.
What's Halo Recruit?
I have never seen that before.
That's a mobile
game? Halo Recruit is on PC. Is this there?
With Endeavor 1?
Here.
I don't know what it is.
They filmed a lot of Halo cutscenes and stuff here in Belfast. One of the first years I moved here, it was awesome. I went and looked.
Of course you did.
Oh, is Halo Recruit? It's a VR. What?
Whoa. Okay, wait.
It's a free VR game.
Oh, is this the one at the Yes. Okay. Yes.
I can see a grunt right in front of me.
Yes.
That's blowing your mind now.
They did it as a
I'm gonna cry.
I know. They did it as like a marketing campaign or something. I saw it come up on Twitter.
There's a guilty spark.
Yeah.
There's a monitor.
F guilty spark.
There's a Halo mobile.
Yes, exactly. I want to play it so bad.
Yeah, because they did Fireteam Raven as well, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
The arcade game.
I played that arcade game, by the way. It was amazing.
I've seen it about, but I never got around to playing it.
I saw it. I went to London for a Bandai event, I think.
Oh, very nice.
And I was walking along. They got like a arcade at a pier, and my friend took me there. And I had £20, and I spent it all on Halo.
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
And it was just like. Well, she also spent about £20 as well. So we bought a Halo game. We played it.
Hey, if the experience is worth it, then it's worth its weight.
You got a big gun, and you hold that gun and you shoot it.
Yeah, that sounds like my kind of game.
That sounds,
yeah.
That's
great.
The best game ever.
That just sounds like House of the Dead with Halo.
Yeah, but it's a chain gun and it vibrates.
Oh, even better.
You feel its big manly power.
I need to play.
But it's a 4-player cabinet as well. That's huge.
Amazing.
Awesome.
There's apparently one in Stoke, but it's only got half of it. You've only got the 2 players. So I guess you spent more on it. But 343, they created a very cohesive universe with they looked through, they fixed the old books. So I've been reading Halo. I've read Halo: The Fall of Reach.
Right. Yes.
I read Halo: The Flood. Mm-hmm. One of these books is good. You can guess which one it is.
I'm not going to even try and guess.
Okay, The Fall of Reach is a beloved story.
Yeah, I have heard that.
It's a great sci-fi story on its own right. Halo: The Flood is an adaptation of the first game, and it is awful.
What? How can you ruin that so badly?
It's badly written.
Imagine trying to write the Halo 1 plot.
Right. Oh, frick. Yes.
It's like 30 pages.
Good point.
Yeah.
But they have side plots with the other people, like the other Marines. They've got this side plot with an elite and a grunt called Yap Yap.
Yes, that's right.
Because who wants to read that?
They are trying to hunt down the Master Chief. And they're the reason why you fight so many hunters. They deploy the hunters. There's something else as well. There's another side plot. I've forgotten what it was. But there's this moment in the book where Master Chief runs out of ammo, and the writer goes, he walked for 30 minutes to go get a new gun, and then came back.
What?
Yes, that is an actual line in an actual book. Yes.
That's really appalling.
Yeah, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yep.
Who wants to write that into a plot, honestly? That is
don't know.
appalling.
And it's weird because Halo Reach it's good. It has character development. You get to kind of meet John as a little kid and Dr. Halsey, and
it's a great book as well.
It is.
And if you get the newer version of it, 343 have gone through it and they fixed inconsistencies.
Oh,
and,
I like that.
So like all the dates are correct now.
Goody!
Oh, good.
Goody! Yay!
So things like other books which have written, like I'm reading First Strike right now, and they call like the brutes are an unidentified Covenant race. But now when they've redone that version, I've got the original version, but they've redone that version and they just explain what the brutes are because in previous books set before this one that came out afterwards, they have the brutes in them, so they fixed that.
It's weird, and then also it seems like they almost for a time there were trying to erase the brutes, which I didn't really understand, even in the gaming lore.
Yes.
But then they came out with the wasn't it during Halo Wars where what are they called? Not the Revenant. Is it the Revenant? But it's the brutes that broke off and they're
the Banished.
The Banished. Thank you. I'm an idiot.
The antagonists of Halo Infinite.
I was gonna say.
That's what we've heard.
Back.
Although Atriox appears to be dead.
Right. Well, that could go either way.
That's kind of disappointing, and they might have killed another character, but I don't know if you want to know this.
Well, we'll be shady about it, but I've been watching everything ever, and I'm usually.
You've seen the helmet then?
Yes, I have.
Very
good. Yes, and it makes sense. I'm trying to be so circumspect.
Okay.
It makes sense in the long run. Oh, God, that's really hard to talk
I don't know. I would have liked this character to be around so that they could be the badass they're supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks like they've just been fat murdered, so...
Yeah. You know what?
I'm curious to hear who this is, but I don't want to know now.
We need to have you on after the release and after we play through it.
Sure.
Well, if you play... If you have... Which games haven't you played?
Who, me?
Yeah,
you.
Pete hasn't played any of them.
I've played 1 and 2. I played 1 and 2, ODST and Reach, but I haven't played 3, 4, or 5.
So if you played 3, 4, and 5, then you might be able to guess who they've killed.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's some fan appeasing stuff as well.
I may have a small idea. I might have a small idea, but I'm not going to try and mention it on show because I might let myself look really stupid.
No.
Yes, they've killed the Master Chief.
No, it wasn't ever going to be that.
And Halo Infinite, they've killed the Master Chief.
The one thing that I'm hoping for Halo Infinite is that Master Chief breaks his helmet so that he has to put on the Mark V helmet.
Yes. Oh my God.
Because that's my favorite Halo helmet.
It is. It's the best. I know. See, it's weird. When Halo 3 came out, I didn't like Halo Combat Evolved. I had played when it came out, but I didn't gel. There wasn't enough story for me to grasp it. I just enjoyed it. It was a fun shooter, and I could multiplayer with my friends. Halo 2 came out, and holy crap, there was a story. It's fleshed out.
Halo 1 had a story.
It was, for me, it was difficult to follow, but I did hate Filthy Spark. I do know that. I hated him even back then. Yes, I hate him.
Spark.
No, he's the devil.
Yeah, I love how you call it Filthy Spark, not Killy Spark.
Filthy Spark. What he did in Halo 3 is unforgivable.
Do you remember what the name of the monitor from Halo 2 is?
Yes. Oh gosh. Oh, why did you have to ask me? It's starts with a P.
Yes.
I've forgotten. Go ahead, say it. I was thinking
it's 2401 Penitent Tangent.
Penitent Tangent. Yes, that's it.
What the heck?
Yeah, you got to get to know all of these monsters and stuff.
He's a very rampant boy.
He is very rampant. Rampant, by the way, Pete, is what affects Cortana and the AI after 7 years.
All right, cool.
And Cortana's been an AI for 8 years.
Yes. And
she makes me cry. Going mad.
No.
Yes.
I love her. And I do.
The way that she just goes, AIs deteriorate after 7, Chief. Halo 4's narrative is really, really good. And, like, the way that they show Master Chief in that game is heartbreaking.
Now, I said this last week, and I'm going to repeat it again because it's still one of my favorite moments in life. I did a tweet. I'm so sorry to our listeners who are probably going to be bored of this, but I did a tweet a couple of years ago after playing Halo 4, where I mentioned that Steve Downes, who voices Master Chief, he is especially talented because Master Chief is in a helmet, and
the Master Chief was it wasn't Steve Downes that did the motion capture, but Cortana and Master Chief are both motion captured together.
Yes,
that's quite amazing.
Love it. I love it so much.
And I don't think they did this for Halo 5.
No,
all the cutscenes are just bad. But the way that those two like actually interact together, and like there are. So obviously Cortana doesn't make it out of Halo 4.
Yes.
But there's this part where like she's fading away.
Yes.
And like the look on like Master Chief doesn't have a face, but you can tell how he's feeling just from the way like his shoulders like slump a little bit. And it's even more heartbreaking after the books because you realize like Cortana's literally the only person in his life.
Yeah.
Like the whole way.
And she's in his head, and she takes care of him. Oh, I just love them. They are my absolute favorite chemistry and characters.
And people who ship them are wrong. She is a mother figure.
I was gonna say, if they knew the books, it gets a little weird. Yeah. Because she is, of course, a clone of Dr. Halsey, who
is attracted to him, though.
She is attracted to him, absolutely, 100%.
She does say he's a hottie.
She does. She says, "You're looking good." And
what the heck?
Yeah, she flirts with him all the time.
By the way, the only reason that Master Chief is like as good as he is, and they say this in the book, he isn't smart. They say Cortana's like, he's not intelligent, he's not particularly strong, he's not the fastest, but he's very lucky.
Yep. You know why I chose you. You had something the rest didn't. You know what that is? You had luck. Was I wrong? I loved him so much.
I don't know why I was thinking this, but I thought she was just going to come out and say, "You got a big."
Well, see, here's the thing. If you read the books, and I believe it's in the Fall of Reach, the Spartans are actually, their sexualness is short-circuited. It's suppressed.
they've got their tube snipped as well.
That's right.
Whoa.
And they're chemically
because they're literally Cal.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Right.
That's why I love him so much. His humanity shone through, even despite them trying to turn him into a machine, which is the theme of 4.
Yeah. The first time you see Master Chief, or like, well, I don't know, they did this in they made a movie of like the first third of Fall of Reach.
Yeah.
But the and all the suits are wrong. But the first time you see the Master Chief, he is like a child playing like King of the Hill.
That's right. Another little boy, yes.
They literally steal this child away from his parents.
Yeah.
They replace him with a clone that has a life expectancy of 2 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So not only that, but the clone gets like horrible diseases as well.
Yeah.
So like it's made to deteriorate so that the parents of these star children like have a son that dies naturally.
Yeah.
Or like a daughter that And the Spartans aren't even made to fight the Covenant. That was just a lucky coincidence that the Covenant came around.
That's really weird.
It's weird when you really dive into the lore. I absolutely adore that whole universe.
Well, now that you two have spoken about it at such length, I'm definitely going to have to delve deep into this because it sounds very lore heavy and it sounds awesome.
But then I would say that the only things that you really should do is play 1 through 4, like the main quadrilogy.
Yeah.
Especially 4 isn't as good gameplay wise, but it does have a very good narrative. But it's still a really good shooter.
It is, but I absolutely support you. I think Halo 4 was made for the fans, if I'm being very honest.
Yeah.
Because it spoke to us more on that narrative level, whereas, no, it wasn't I would say Halo 3 is probably a stronger shooter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Halo 1's my personal favorite.
For gameplay, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Still one of my favorite. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's still I have to just say this a little bit, but like that first time I played Halo Combat Evolved on PC, believe it or not. I played that first, then the original Xbox one. So I think the PC version came out in like 2006 or something. I don't remember, but
I think it was 2003. Yeah, 2003, and it was made by Gearbox.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
And I think Halo 2 was a Vista game, right? In 2005?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
it
was.
Lots of problems with it.
And people absolutely hated it.
Yeah, but the first time you climb into a Banshee, and that sound,
it's cool as hell.
Yeah, and then just going on the maps, and I would just chill with my friends.
Oh, wow. No, PC players got Halo 2 when Halo 3 was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I remember the whole rigmarole about that. Everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah, well, the PC players got Halo 1 on PC like just a year before Halo 2 was released.
Yeah, I knew it was pretty much all about that. Yeah, because I was playing Halo Combat Evolved multiplayer, and then we all decided to do Halo 3. So yeah. Oh gosh.
The old GameSpy servers.
Oh gosh, don't even get. Oh god.
Big dead now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say play Halo 1 to 4 and then read The Fall of Reach.
Yes.
Okay.
The Fall of Reach is the key to the lore. I mean, I say that, but then they had an ARG before Halo 3 that has like the Cortana letters and just.
Actually, would you say it's better to play Halo 1 and 2 then read Fall of Reach?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, that would flow perfectly.
Yeah, because the thing is, I know the story of Reach anyway, or the Fall of Reach.
Halo Reach is not a good telling.
Okay, well, that's my problem with it then.
It's more about...
In fact, they don't even show... Like, the end of Halo Reach, or the start of Halo Reach, you see your character's helmet, like, broken and everything's grown over it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's not how it's supposed to be, because the Covenant... glass planets. They burn them with plasma so hot that it turns the entire planet to like a big orb of glass.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They reference that quite a bit.
Okay.
Because some people at Bungie didn't like the books.
Yes.
The one who wrote Halo 3 definitely liked The Fall of Reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. But no. I was very disappointed in Halo Reach, the game, as far as the rest of them go.
I mean, I still loved it, but as someone who really, really liked The Fall of Reach, it was the only Halo book I'd read at that point.
Yes,
And just reading it again now, it's still a really good story.
Oh, it is.
And just seeing that not happen, especially the glassing, which is canon, like they talk about it. And they didn't do it.
I don't understand. I don't know. I guess they were trying to change things. I don't know. There was just a lot of things. See, that's the thing. And then there was...
She said they were both canon.
And sometimes there's weapons in Halo Reach that I don't understand how they...
Like which ones?
I'm trying to look right here. It was one of the... I want to say it was, well, I can't find the list anymore. But there was a weapon that, not on the Covenant's weapons, it's the other one, the UNSC weapon, that didn't make sense in the storyline because they don't have one in Halo 3 and they should have.
Is it the DMR?
Is that the...
That's their battle rifle replacement.
Right, that's it. Yes.
Because I think in the lore it's a beta battle rifle because it doesn't have the holographic scope.
Exactly, and yet it's a better gun than the.
Yeah, well.
Which is weird because they went backwards, and I didn't understand that. I'm also not a fan of jetpacks.
They also had a Spartan laser in Halo Reach.
Yes, which makes no
sense. I think it makes sense. They're supposed to be around, but then.
I mean, you can kind of play with the lore a little bit to try and make it make sense, but again, Halo Reach as a game, it's a good game. It's a solid game. I will say that. I don't really have anything too bad.
It's a bit ugly though.
Comparatively, yeah.
It's not the best looking game in the series.
Oh, especially when it was on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Oof.
It looked rough.
Yeah. You can tell it was a very rushed Bungie experience because it was their last game, wasn't it?
Very rushed. Well, it felt rushed.
And they set up that they had space missions. I thought it would have been such a devastating moment to see Reach get glassed while you were in space.
That would have been amazing.
Noble 6 can die. Noble 6 can die on the ground like that mission, but you've set it up like Jun escaped, right?
Right.
Is that the one that escaped?
Yes.
He went up with Dr. Halsey, so you can still do it.
You can still show that perspective from their angle, can you not?
Yeah. Well, you could. They just didn't.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
It's just very weird because, again, we've said it before, but it's just a very iconic,
It's one of the most important aspects of Halo lore as well.
Yeah, it sets up everything, doesn't it?
They don't put this across very well in the game, but Reach is like their secondary Earth.
Yes, that's right. That's how they describe it in the book.
It's the biggest it's their biggest weapons base. It's where most of their ships are built.
Yes.
In the book, the Pillar of Autumn is built there.
Yeah.
Oh. And also the Pillar of Autumn is huge. It's it is much bigger than it looks in the game.
Again, that's what I just
fun fact, Pillar of Autumn never moves in Halo 1. The camera is the only thing moving.
What?
Because they couldn't get an object that big to move without tanking everything.
Oh, I see.
That is great.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's a little bit of Lucasfilm type of manipulation there. Yeah. I like that.
Also, everyone walking in the original Halo 1. This isn't in Anniversary. There is a warthog in the opening, and when they're showing all the Marines getting ready in the Pillar of Autumn, there is a warthog that crashes into a wall.
Right.
In the background, because nearly every animation is actually just in-game animation, and somebody had the controls, did the movements, and then the game records that and just plays the movements back.
Oh,
so the person who was doing it crashed the warthog into the wall. And it's still in they fixed it in Anniversary, but it's still in the original Xbox game.
They should have left that in Anniversary just for an Easter egg.
You can hear it as well.
Oh, amazing.
It crashes off screen, but you can just hear it hit the wall.
That's brilliant. Oh gosh. I think that my next 2 weeks, I'm just gonna play the Master Chief Collection again.
Right, me and you need to jump online then and do it together.
We do. We need to. It's just, I've said it before, but it's just my favorite. The whole everything. For me, it just encompasses everything. It has narrative, it has good FPS, it has lore, which I adore. I adore lore. And
Cortana says sod off in the first one.
Awesome. I know, she was supposed to be British.
That's so British saying that.
That's so funny. She says something else too, but they originally wrote her to be British, but then Jen Taylor was just awesome and
she's too good.
Not British. Yeah. And
bring Halo 4's Cortana face back.
Yes, please. Halo 4's Cortana to me is the ideal Cortana.
She was adorable.
She was beautiful and just expressive and just perfect for the Chief, and I just want her back. I don't know what the abomination in Halo 5 was.
Well, it doesn't exist, right?
No.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does. It does. What? I don't remember how this happened, so I guess my Halo lore is a little rusty. But how does Dr. Halsey lose her arm?
They don't.
Because she turns up without an arm in Halo 5.
Yes, and I was racking my brain. God, that whole entire. I'm getting angry again.
Shall we move on quickly then before you get too angry?
Wait, Google auto-corrected it.
Oh.
Apparently, Sarah Palmer was tasked with assassinating Halsey, and when she was close enough, so that's that's the lady Spartan from Halo 4,
okay,
who's on Locke's team.
Yep.
And when she was close enough to take a shot, another fire team moved in to save Halsey. Palmer took the shot, but only hit her arm, and
she
then
completely wrecked her arm.
Yeah, Jewel Mdama amputated her arm to save her life.
Wow. Did that happen in...
That must have been... That was not in the game.
No, that was not at all. That must be in a graphic novel somewhere. That's crazy. I'm going to have to reread that.
It's Jewel Mdama the...
Never
mind. Okay. I thought that was the name of the Arbiter, but it's not.
No, it's not.
I don't know Arbiter's name.
I've, again... made it go out of my head. But it's fun to say. I know that much. And he's voiced by Keith David. So.
He is. Such sultry tones.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Give me Keith David voicing everyone ever. Which, okay, in Saints Row 4, he did voice himself. So.
Is it Phil Vadamy?
I don't know.
Anatomy, that sounds familiar.
But
that doesn't.
It says Keith David voiced Phil Vadamy, the Arbiter.
That must be it then.
Well, you're pronouncing it wrong, but yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. We've already established that I can't pronounce things correctly. I was keeping up the theme.
I love Arbiter. He's such a good character. But
tell me, when you first witnessed Halo, did you marvel in its majesty?
Damn.
Okay, I've got to load up the Master Chief.
Yeah, we're gonna play it together because I need to experience it, and I'd rather experience it with a Halo fan.
Yeah, no, it is. Now I have to be careful on Halo 3 because I have the entire thing memorized, and I tend to quote it, so I will mute my microphone.
No, I'll just.
Pete, you're gonna get.
I'll just.
I know there's
the
one
microphone.
part that's gonna piss you off.
Or in 3?
Yes.
Okay.
There's one thing that Halo 3 does where it slows you down to crawl.
Hate that. Always hated that.
It's really bad in 3. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does, you're like, oh my god.
Okay.
We get it. You played Gears.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I hate it in Gears as well.
Oh, I hate it. I recently replayed Gears of War Ultimate, and it was just, it was so many moments where it's just so slow. It just goes down to a snail's pace. It's ridiculous.
I just didn't care for it.
Thankfully, they don't do that anymore in Gears 5.
So I've heard. I need to play it. That's why I played Ultimate, and I was just like, I'm not sure if I want to carry on playing Gears.
Gears 5 is good.
It's what I've heard. It's just, oh yeah, I originally played Gears when it was first out, and I really liked it, but then just sort of fell off of it.
Gears Tactics is really good as well.
Well, someone reviewed it for our site and said it was a very, very good game.
I love that game.
Okay, awesome.
I need to give it another shot.
I need a good enough PC to do it.
It's coming to Xbox at the end of this year.
I know it is. Yeah, it's just a long time to wait for it to come to Xbox, and obviously you have to play an RTS game on a pad.
I played it on a pad.
Oh right. Okay.
And
so
it's
optimized pretty well then.
Yeah. The only reason is I had to use a Steam controller because for some reason the cursor on controller was smaller than the cursor for a mouse.
Oh my god.
So
that's weird.
Yep, it was minuscule, and the mouse cursor was huge. So I set the Steam controller and played it with that.
Damn.
Yeah. That would, okay, that's weird. That's
now,
very weird.
Am I one to believe that this is almost a 3-hour podcast?
Yeah,
we're getting
went
close.
very
we're
long.
Getting close. 2 hours, 2.25 hours so far.
But we'll wrap it up here. Even though I could talk another hour about this, but what I will ask, Lewis, is what are your hopes and dreams for the new for Halo Infinite?
Let's have a look. I want a good campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm not particularly interested in the Didac coming back, although he might. And I just want some fun shoots with a good story. And I'll be honest, this is a bit knobbish of me, but I do want it to look very, very good because Halo's always looked very good.
Yeah,
admittedly, they've always pushed the boundaries on sort of how a Halo game looks every time they come out with a new one, apart from Halo Reach.
At least this one has the classic-ish art style back.
Yes.
The new armor looks so good.
Oh,
it might be his best armor.
Oh, fingers crossed. I
look at
some of that. So
what?
I have a friend that was a cosplayer, and so we would go over the original armor sketches from the released artwork. And so we built the 3 different mock. I think it was Mach 4, 5, and 6. I can't remember because it's been like 10 years now. And when you build armor for cosplay, you really, really see the things that you missed even in game. Like there's little tiny, there's vents on there that I would have never noticed. The shoulder pads change, from all 3 mock versions, and of course the helmet changes, that's obvious, but even down to the knee pads, it's amazing the detail that they put on it. Did you
build the Halo 4 armor?
No, that's
because that's so complex.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, we started looking at the sketches, but then I moved over here, so I was like, you do your own thing back in Texas.
I'll be honest, I'm just looking forward to a good Halo game.
Yes, absolutely.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Every Halo game apart from 5 has had a really good campaign.
I absolutely agree with that, 100%. So I'm going to second everything you said.
Do you want Sprint to return?
Okay, so that's a weird one. Yeah, honestly, I do. I just don't know. I don't know how I want it to be integrated. I think because a lot of people are saying, should it take away from the energy? Should it be an energy drain?
I don't mind it when it doesn't let your shields recharge while you're using it. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, see, that makes sense to me, and I like that. That's integrated. That seems, but as a separate thing, it feels awkward.
Yeah. I don't mind Sprint, but I mean, I've played a lot of Halo without Sprint.
Yep.
They just make you reasonably fast, and then it doesn't matter.
No.
But Halo Infinite is set to have much bigger environments, so maybe. I
wonder if we'll see the original animals that they cut from the first one.
The Slipspace Engine demo.
Mm-hmm.
First thing that we technically saw of what Halo Infinite is, or the target for Halo Infinite, has animals in it.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
So there's these deer-ish looking things. And
that's
right. Mammoths.
That's the original ones then. Yes. Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Give me a Diplodocus, you cowards.
Yeah, exactly.
These foreigner facilities are supposed to have everything. Give me a T-Rex.
Oh, heck yes.
Ride it. Let Master Chief ride the T-Rex.
Look, if Mario's done it already, then Master Chief really should be able to.
Well, what you're asking is for Master Chief to become the dinosaur.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
that would be even better, though, then.
We're talking about Horizon Dawn.
Yeah, Horizon Halo Dawn.
For my birthday, my girlfriend made me a birthday card, and it's Godzilla and Mothra. They're both wearing Mark V Halo helmets.
Wicked.
That's so cute. Oh, well, that is Wonderful. I definitely think that we'll get in contact with you after the release and see. I definitely would like to have you back on to talk about your impressions.
Hopefully, I'll have played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will. I have no doubt. Oh yeah. Well, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
I hope. Yes.
Oh no, I'm not crossing them.
I was gonna say.
No, I meant me. I'll do it for you.
So hopefully, yes, we'll do it. But of course, I heard over here in Ireland that if you cross 2 fingers, like 2 sets of fingers, it X's out the luck. So
oh shit.
They're very superstitious over here. It's crazy.
Well, don't they like kiss a rock so they can get the gift of the gab?
Well, they
weird stuff
get other
happens
people to kiss the rock and pay them money to do it. So, but no, I'll tell you what. One thing they do, and then we'll wrap up. But like if they go to build anything and it's been suspected to have been lived in by little people. And of course, by little people, I do mean of the fairy folk and not of smaller.
I thought this was about to get really weird.
Kind of weird.
Well, it's Ireland. It's kind of weird.
They won't build through it if there's a fairy ring or anything like that. They won't build through it.
They won't build on top of Warwick Davis's house. Which is common courtesy, really, Ireland.
It really is. I mean,
don't do it.
We should all do that. We should all have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here we don't care. If he's in the way.
Still on top of him all the time. He's actually been over here a few times. He's very, very kind, very nice.
Do you think he has a big house? Because he's not
oh
massively
my God.
rich. I mean like when celebrities.
I know what you mean, but he's just so.
Like celebrities have massive houses, but
does he just have a normal size house then?
Yeah, he's not like that famous, is he? He's not that. Like he was in Leprechaun, for God's sake.
I know. Yeah. I know. Oh my gosh.
He must have been paid like $5 for that.
Yeah.
Like super. He's super like down to earth and stuff.
What's his net worth?
Okay, well.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up before this merges into weird territory.
Oh, I don't know. He could have an expensive house. He's got $8 million net worth.
Yeah. Wow. That's more than I'm worth. So.
But Val Kilmer has $25 million.
Oh, Val Kilmer's an absolute joke of a man.
Yeah, but have y'all ever seen Willow? I really like Willow.
Val Kilmer does have he did have throat cancer, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Can't really talk anymore.
And he also tried to get out of his contract on the island of Dr. Moreau.
Yes, he did.
That movie is insane.
We were talking about that in the week, weren't we, Kylie? Like how crazy that whole story is.
Oh my gosh, that's another thing, listeners. If you don't know the backstory to the island of Dr. Moreau, I highly encourage you to find it out because it is entertaining.
Marlon Brando looks like he's wasting away.
Yeah, he was.
He looks like a corpse.
He does.
Yeah, and he was getting his lines fed through a speaker.
And he was wearing like a KFC chicken hat, and he brought the little guy that's his he brought that. That was not a thing.
No, it was just weird. And the best part of that is the director, the original director that was on, who left the project and then came back onto set as a heavily make-upped extra. He managed how did he manage to sneak back onto the set?
Stealth.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, you see, Brando was their security guard as well.
Oh, God. There you go. That explains everything.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. So we have really, and I can say this with all honesty, enjoyed having Lewis White on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you. Someone enjoyed having me.
You're welcome back anytime because this was madcap and I loved it.
This is great. This will get our fans through the week.
I'll come back whenever.
Yeah, good. Definitely want your impressions on the Halo Infinite.
I'll enjoy it anyway.
Of course you will.
Yeah, exactly. People will keep asking me. I'm like, I don't know, and inside I'm like, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it so much.
I'll cry and then complain about it in 5 years.
But where can our wonderful, valuable listeners find you out there on the net?
Oh, well, you can find me on Twitter at Lewis_D_White. I just posted a clip of William Shatner's Rocket Man.
Oh, nice.
And you can find me on mspoweruser.com on the gaming section, not the tech section. Who cares about them? So look, there's the MS Power User Games cast that I do with my buddy Alex. We do keep to time. So,
yeah,
but we care just as we care even less about what we're saying. So
nice. I like that. Very good.
There's some great banter there. Great
excellent.
Podcast.
Very good.
Check it out.
Am I taking the limelight away enough yet?
Well, we do encourage our listeners, after you're done downloading and listening to ours, head over and download Lewis's.
If you skip to the end of this one, you have a lot of time to listen to my one.
That's true. So yes, I think that about it's going to.
You can listen to my one twice.
Or you can listen to this one on double speed, and then it'll be the same.
Yeah,
or you could listen to it twice on double speed.
It's just the same.
But yes, so we want to thank everyone out there for joining us this week, as always, as every week. Please remember that Rapid Reviews Radio is a supplementary podcast to the rapidreviewsuk.com website, where you can find all of your latest reviews for indie games and AAA games. We have quite a few up this week. We went on a reviewing boom, and I guess we all had a lot of time on our hands.
Clearly,
yeah. So head over to www.rapidreviewsuk.com for that. You can also find us at Rapid Reviews UK on Twitter. The podcast specific one, which is at RR Radio Pod. We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RR Radio Pod, and a Facebook page, which is Rapid Reviews UK.
No one cares about Facebook, honestly. It's just boomer site.
Listen, the boomers need something.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. That's why we leave it there.
Yeah. Don't even get me started. But if you want to drop us a line, tell us how great we're doing or how awful we are, you can send that over to podcast@rapidreviewsuk.com.
I'll send you one now.
Awesome. I don't like that Lewis guy. He rambled too much.
He sucked. What was that about Bruce Willis? What was this email address again?
podcast@rapidreviewsuk.com.
Yep.
Sick.
That is so good. So, Pete, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter. It's the only place I am usually, because Boomer Platform Facebook sucks. But that's at Pete Beckett #1.
I've sent my email.
I'm going to check it right now.
So good.
So, Kylie, where do they find you on the internet?
I'm currently on Twitter having meltdowns about being autistic, being newly diagnosed as an autistic, and what that means. It's a struggle, but if you want to watch that car crash, it is Kylie Tagreet, KLEYTHGREET on Twitter. And that leaves one last thing from Pete.
We'll call two last things, because I do ask our guests every time, do you get the reference with Kylie's Twitter handle?
He asks that of everyone.
Wait,
I have to.
I don't, but apparently you are Master Chief's Infinite Blue Biot.
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm currently touring the nation as Master Chief's Blue.
Can't believe you're on the blue team.
Oh, man.
Oh, we didn't even talk about red versus blue.
Oh my god, I got 15 seasons of it right next to me.
We'll talk about that another time. More reasons to come back.
There you go. Right. So, so just randomly, my Twitter handle is actually based on a Futurama episode where Fry has to write for the brains, and he says, I am leaving Earth for no reason. I am the greatest. So, Pete, that leaves one last thing. And you should hit us with that game fact.
The game fact happens to be about Halo, of course.
Oh, gosh, you can say that to two people. Okay, I got it.
This is why I've done it on purpose, all right?
Let's see if I know this one.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, according to this game fact, it said it took 3 years to develop Halo 3. Bungie Studios employees consumed more than 20,000 pounds of pizza, 24,000 gallons of soda, and more than 1,000 pounds of bananas.
What? What?
Love
was
bananas.
That their reward?
No, their reward was they had a weird sports event every year at Bungie.
In jokes, they are the best. Well, thank you guys out there for giving us a listen. And remember, we do not advertise, except by word of mouth. So any like, share, or any of those wonderful things, we greatly appreciate it. And we will speak to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Or will you?